The third game of the World Series tonight in Los Angeles finds the Yankees and the Dodgers tied up with 1 win apiece. A controversy underway over the behavior of New York baseball fans and the Yankees bickering among themselves. Terry Drinkwater reports.
It's certainly not Flatbush. In fact, for 20 years now, they've been the Los Angeles Dodgers. The California weather has been good to them. Only 4 games rained out here ever. This evening's 70 degrees forecast. And the fans have been good to them, too, setting attendance and profit records. And, for the most part, being courteous. Seldom a smoke bomb, beer can, or bottle, or a rowdy intrusion onto the field, as in Game 2 this year in the Bronx at Yankee Stadium. Before tonight's game, the Dodgers seemed relaxed, glad to be home where it's relatively safe, and more or less philosophical about the antics of New York fans.
It ceases to be a game to them. It's like the old Roman gladiator days. I guess they're looking for blood. Maybe they're frustrated with the city, with their lifestyle or what have you, and consequently they come out and they think they're going to take a frustrated start on the ball player.
It happens all over the country, in every ballpark in the country, so you just can't fault the fans of one city for a couple of people.
Can it affect the outcome of a series like this?
I don't think so. I don't think the fans are going to play that big a part in making the outcome of this series go one way or another.
The fans might not, but the question is, will the players? It appeared some of the Yankees' minds weren't on tonight's game when they came to town. Reggie Jackson was still feuding with manager Billy Martin over who should have pitched in the last game when the Yankees lost 6-1. And all the Yankees seemed to be uptight, fighting as usual with owner George Steinbrenner, this time over tickets, whose family to sit where for tonight's game. But for Dodger manager Tommy Lasorda, such problems were too Byzantine. Not for him, the worries of tickets and malcontented players. His main concern at batting practice, a modest bet with outfielder Dusty Baker.
That's a steak dinner, Dusty. I didn't know pitchers could hit.
The last time Los Angeles met the New York Yankees 14 years ago, the Dodgers won the series here. They're meeting tonight, all tied up 1 game each. There's quiet confidence here. Of late, Los Angeles has bettered New York. After all, this city took the Olympics, and the odds makers give the Dodgers the edge on taking the series as well. Terry Drinkwater, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The World Series, live and exclusive on ABC. See the American and National League champions compete in a thrill-packed showdown when the Yankees meet the Dodgers as the 1977 World Series continues. Tonight, here on ABC.
Number 3 of the 1977 World Series, live from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California. It's the New York Yankees versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. This show is brought to you by Aqua Velva, the cool. Hello again, everyone. I'm Howard Cosell. Welcome to game number 3 of the 1977 World Series. The team started 1 game apiece yesterday, an off day, but a day for tempers among the Yankees to explode. Reggie Jackson criticized Billy Martin for starting Catfish Hunter in game number 2. Billy Martin took off in answering back Reggie Jackson. And in the midst of the melee, there was the still discontented captain and team leader, Thurman Munson. To clear the air, a press conference by President Gabe Ball today, who said this.
Billy Martin is the manager of the ball club, and he's going to do what he thinks he should do. And he has handled himself that way. And sometimes it works out, and sometimes it doesn't. The decisions on the ball field are the players. The decisions as what to do with the players is up to the manager. And we will never tarnish that thing, because any manager who would let anybody else make his judgments for him isn't worth his salt and should not be on the field. He has no business managing if somebody else is going to make his decisions for him.
Gabe Ball, president of the New York Yankees, of course. Now, Billy Martin at 12:15 Pacific time met privately today with Reggie Jackson. They had their talk, and I asked Billy about the Yankees and the talk.
Billy, I think the key question is,
With what's happened in the last 24 hours, the altercation vocally between you and Reggie Jackson and so on, is it possible for this team to come out here today and play winning baseball in the World Series?
Well, certainly. It's been going on all year. Reggie's a fine person, and his emotions showed a little bit, and he's human. We talked today, and everything's fine. So, you know, yesterday is history. It's all over with. Now we got to play the Dodgers.
Reggie preferred not to come on the air. Feels he's been getting too much heat, the center of too much controversy, but confirmed what Martin told us, that he said yes, his emotions had run away from him. In the meantime, there is Thurman Munson, and whom did he back in this whole fracas? Let's listen to Thurman.
I've always been in Billy Martin's corner, and I always will be. One reason Billy Martin was a gamer, he loves to play baseball, he loves to win. I just don't think that somebody who has created the problems that Reggie has created this year should, you know, be bringing other things into it at this time. And I respect Billy. I like him. As far as Jim Hunter's concerned, Jim Hunter is a competitor. I was happy to see him start and happy to see him get the chance. And I would never say anything bad about Billy Martin.
Now, of course, a former All-Star himself and a man who's lived with the Yankees all year long. One of their voices, former first baseman Bill White. Bill, you've watched the tapes, you've been around, you've covered the scene. What impact do you think all of this Yankee stuff will have upon their ability to execute today and in subsequent games?
Well, Howard, I think Billy Martin put it in the proper perspective. He said it means nothing at all. And I've been with this club since spring training. It started down there. And despite all that, the Yankees still won 100 ball games and winning in the American League. So that, what has gone on here in Los Angeles really has been going on all year and will have no bearing at all on how the Yankees play down there on the field. What will have a bearing, though, is what the Yankee left-handed batters do. In postseason play, they have done not well at all. The leadoff batter, Mickey Rivers, who makes things happen for the New York Yankees, he's 0 for 10. Reggie Jackson is 1 for 6. Chris Chambliss is 1 for 6. And Greg Nettles is also 1 for 6 here in World Series play. So they have not done the job, and Billy Martin keeps putting them in there thinking that they will do the job. The other question about the Yankees, why do you start Mike Torres instead of Ron Guidry? Well, we talked to Billy Martin, and he said that Ron Guidry's a little guy. He's only 5'11", weighs 160 pounds. He needs an extra day's rest. Now, Mike Torres, who pitched so well for the Yankees in the 5th game of the American League Championship Series, will start tonight. Mike is 6'4", weighs 214 pounds. He's a lot stronger. Now, Ross Porter will be back with the Dodgers right after this. And
controversies at all this week are very happy to be home tonight for Game 3. Of course, this is a World Series between teams who play on natural grass, and as far as the Dodgers are concerned, they have played their best ball this year on grass, not on carpets across the National League. The Dodgers have won 51 of their 81 games here at Dodger Stadium, and Tommy John, who is pitching tonight, has won 9 of his 12 decisions here. Tommy John is a remarkable story. You may have heard it before, but it bears repeating. 3 years ago here against Montreal one night, he ruptured the ligament in his left elbow. Most people thought he was through with baseball, but doctors decided to experiment. They took a tendon out of his right forearm and reconstructed his left elbow. He came back in 1976 after a year's absence and won 10 games for the Dodgers.
ABC Sports presents the 1977 World Series. From Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California, the Yankees and the Dodgers, Game 3 of the World Series. Series even at 1-1. Dodger third baseman Ron Cey, first inning home run, triggering a 4-home-run night for Los Angeles in Game 2. As they defeated the Yankees, Catfish Hunter was wrapped hard. The Dodgers ripping him for 3 home runs in the first 3 innings, a total of 5 runs. And the Catfish was gone. Bert Hooton all the way for the 6-1 win with a 5-hitter. And now game number 3, the next 3 games in the Dodgers' home park. Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California for game number 3 of the 1977 World Series on a day that has been very warm. The temperature getting up into the middle 80s. And as we come to game time tonight with the stadium filling to more than 55 to 56,000 people, it is not quite yet sundown out here in the western half of the country, and the temperature is still a very comfortable 78 degrees. The New York Yankees, the visiting team, being called out onto the field where the starting lineup will be documented. They're being led by their manager, Billy Martin, to the sidelines. And as they come to the ballpark tonight, they come amidst noise and controversy, but they'll play the game, believe me. Now to set the starting lineup for you, one of the voices of the New York Yankees, Bill White.
All right, leading off for the Yankees, as you look at Billy Martin first, will be Mickey Rivers.
Willie Randolph.
There's Mickey. He'll lead off for the Yankees. 0 for 10 so far in the series. Willie Randolph will play second, and he'll also bat second. He's had a fine series so far. Number 3 hitter will be the Yankee catcher and captain, Thurm Munson. Batting fourth and playing out in right field, the controversial Reggie Jackson. Number 5 hitter for the Yankees, he'll play left field tonight, will be Lou Piniella. Lou Piniella batting 5th and playing left. At first base for the Yankees will be Chris Chambliss. Chambliss will bat 6th and play first tonight. And in the number 7 position, playing with a bad arm, injured in Kansas City, will be Greg Nettles. Nettles will be out at third base, and he'll bat 7th. Hitting 8th and playing shortstop, Bucky Dent. And out in the bullpen throwing will be Mike Torres, 6 feet 4 inches tall, 214 pounds. There you see his record, 17 and 13 on the year. Those are the Yankees, Keith.
All right, Bill, thank you very much. And as we come to this ball game tonight, it is kind of interesting. It's a different sort of atmosphere than you might expect. I'm Keith Jackson. I'll be calling the play for you today. And as I spent the better part of an hour and a half in the Dodger area and with the manager, Tom Lasorda, it was almost as if he wanted to take a low profile. Let the Yankees make all the noise and get all of the press. He said, we're going to do our thing because we're on our ballpark where we know how to do our thing. Howard Cosell, is it your feeling that the Yankees will play as they have played all year, with fervor and with intent and with purpose as they take the field?
I think they'll play with those qualities, but I'm not sure that they'll be effective. Bill White touched, it seemed to me, upon the key point in our pregame show. The key to the Yankee offense is Mickey Rivers. He's the guy who got 9 hits in the Kansas City series. He's the guy who got 3 hits in the final and pennant-winning game, the biggest hit of all in the 9th inning. He's been shut out in this series 0 for 10. Unless he can start to get on and start quickly, the problems remain before them are very big indeed. I'll forget the noise and controversy, too.
We must never forget, though, that there's a team just up the West Coast called the Oakland A's, who did very well through a lot of noise and controversy to win 3 world championships.
Well, they did very well. So did the 1934 Gas House Gang of the Cardinals. There have been teams that have profited on controversy in the past. But it remains to be seen if these Yankees are that kind of team. And, Keith, I think we're approaching the Dodgers starting lineup, so you might take over.
And you will hear a roar as the white-clad Dodgers come onto the field, because this, though it is a relatively moderate crowd in its exuberance most of the time, they do love the Dodger blue. And as the public address announcer, John Ramsey, calls them out, here comes the sound. Sinatra, good buddy of Tom Lasorda, the manager, and Mrs. Sinatra among the 55,000 plus here tonight. And now, one of the voices of the Los Angeles Dodgers, Ross Porter.
Thank you, Keith. Tommy Lasorda, the manager of the Dodgers, introduced first. 28 years in the organization, a great first year. Leading off at second base, Davey Lopes, looking for his first hit in the World Series. At shortstop, Bill Russell. He has scored a run in each of the first 2 games of the series. In right field, Reggie Smith. He's had 3 hits in 7 at-bats, including a home run and a double. At third base, batting cleanup, Ron Cey. He leads the Dodgers in runs batted in during the series with 3, 2 of those on a home run Wednesday night. At first base, Steve Garvey. He also has had 3 hits so far, including a home run in Game 2 in New York. In left field will be Dusty Baker. Dusty's been held to one hit by the Yankees after being the most valuable player in the National League Championship Series. For the second straight game, Rick Mundy will be in center field for the Dodgers tonight. Mundy had a base hit at Yankee Stadium on Wednesday. Doing the catching and batting eighth, Steve Yeager, who had a home run and a single in Game 2. And on the mound, the incredible Tommy John, 34 years of age, 20-7 overall this year. A man who, since he came to Los Angeles in the early 1970s, has never experienced any more than a two-game losing streak. Those are the starting Dodgers tonight. Once again, here's Keith.
All right, Ross, thank you very much. As the Dodgers are lined up along the sidelines, let's join Howard and Tom Seaver. Thank you very much.
You spend all of your time. What you expect?
Well, among all this controversy tonight here with the New York Yankees and Reggie Jackson and Thurman Munson and Billy Martin, I really find it impossible to believe that this is not going to affect somebody's concentration on the field. It just has to, especially in this incredible time of a World Series. It's really amazing. I was here at the workout yesterday, talked to Mickey Rivers. He says, one reason I'm not hitting, I feel tired. I feel mentally tired. But anyway, believe it or not, we are going to have a ball game here tonight in Dodger Stadium, the prettiest ballpark, I think, in the Major League, the ballpark that many of the players in the National League love to come to play. It's a ballpark that's going to be very conducive to the Dodgers' right-handed power. And if Mike Torres is going to beat this Dodger team, he's going to have to contain Ron Cey, Steve Garvey, and Dusty Baker. Those fly balls, remember, in Yankee Stadium, deep left center field, they're going to be home runs in this ballpark. And, of course, on the mound for the Dodgers is going to be Tommy John, TJ, as he's known to his friends. He's really a wonderful man, and this is the Cinderella story of baseball this year. A good sinker, a good slider, good control, and for him to be effective, he's got to stay low in the strike zone and stay ahead of his hitters. One problem that might occur tonight, we've got an American League umpire behind the plate now. American League is a high strike league. Tommy John is a low ball pitcher, so we're going to find out a very interesting matchup, not only among the two great teams, but among a pitcher and an umpire tonight. So we're just about getting ready to start. Keith?
All right, Tom, thank you very much. The umpiring crew beginning to move out onto the field. The crowd now coming to their feet. We're about to have the national anthem. And singing the national anthem tonight will be a young lady who is one of the outstanding stars of show business and entertainment, Miss Linda Ronstadt. But this afternoon, I'm sure that most all of you know, one of the greatest of all the greats, a great human being. We lost Bing Crosby today.
Ladies and gentlemen,
73 years of age, playing golf in Spain. Bing died of a heart attack on the 17th hole. And this crowd will pay its respect.
great performer and a great friend of baseball who died today. Thank you. Thank you.
A lot of us loved him. Those of us who were fortunate enough to know him. Bing Crosby. And now to sing the national anthem here at Dodger Stadium, Miss Linda Ronstadt with Helen Dell at the organ.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous night, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets restless, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that
Ronstadt certainly makes no point to cover her preferences, does she? She comes out to sing the anthem wearing a Dodger jacket.
She's a Hall of Famer, isn't she? Wow. You gotta send her to Cooperstown.
We love baseball. Hot dog, apple pie.
Chevrolet.
Baseball. Hot dog, apple pie. Chevrolet.
They go together
In the good old USA. Baseball. Hot dog, apple pie. Chevrolet.
You sure do have a taste for Chevys, America. Come on over to your Chevy dealer and see what's new today.
Baseball.
Hot dog.
Apple pie. And Chevrolet.
Touch, the first computer TV. Magnavox touch-tune color television. Touch, and lock in computer sharp color, computer fast. Touch, no need to fine-tune ever. Touch, at the set, or by remote control, computer-controlled color. Star System touch-tune color television from Magnavox. Touch one today.
Whose reputation for quality parts is over half a century old? Where can you find over 100,000 parts, many of them better than your car's original parts? And who also supplies those parts to over 50,000 professional mechanics? Now, who should you see for quality parts? NAPA, that's N-A-P-A. We help keep America moving.
Tonight, for the ceremonial first pitch before game number 3 of the 1977 World Series, is going to be a very touching moment. And listen to the crowd roar as this man is introduced. Roy Campanella, Hall of Famer and one of the greatest of all the great Dodgers. Don Newcomb, the great right-hander that teamed up with Campy for so much success pushing the wheelchair. Wife Roxy walking with him. Let's listen to the crowd. Howard, you knew him very well.
For a long, long number of years. Number 39. I remember when Mr. Rickey brought him up. At the time, the Dodgers had 3 catchers. The crowd loves him. Unfortunately, the folks out here never got to see Roy when he was the Hall of Fame catcher. That he was. They had Roy, they had Gil Hodges at one time, and a little fella named Bruce Edwards. And almost overnight, Roy took over. Gil was moved to first, and Bruce, who had had a brilliant year in '46, was moved to third base. And Roy went on to become one of the greatest ever to catch.
The third game of the 1977 World Series, live from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. This ABC Sports exclusive brought to you by Chevrolet. See what's new today at your Chevrolet dealer. By the Miller Brewing Company, brewer of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. And by the new Gillette Actra Razor, the impossible shave. The Dodgers now have taken the field, and let's set them defensively for you in left field. It is Dusty Baker. Over in center field, it'll be Rick Monday, the left-handed hitter, with a right-hander on the mound tonight for New York. In right field, it'll be Reggie Smith, who'll have the sun problem more so than any of the other outfielders. On the left side of the infield at third base, Ron Say. At shortstop for Los Angeles, Bill Russell. At second base, the pressure point, the trigger man for the Dodgers, Davey Lopes, the leadoff man. At first base, the steady one, Steve Garvey. Behind the plate, young man who was battered some in Yankee Stadium the other night but says he feels good today, Steve Yeager. And on the mound, the sinker ball left-hander Tommy John, who desperately hopes that Larry McCoy, who is the umpire behind the plate tonight, remembers him from the American League. Now Offensively for the New York Yankees, Mickey Rivers will lead off. He's 0 for 10 in the series. Willie Randolph batting second. Thurman Munson catching, hitting third. In right field, hitting cleanup, Reggie Jackson. Lou Piniella is batting fifth. Chris Chambliss, the first baseman, is hitting sixth. Greg Nettles batting seventh. Bucky Dent, the shortstop, eighth. And Mike Torres, the pitcher, will be hitting ninth. The designated hitter is not being used this year. It's used on alternating years. The umpires, Larry McCoy of the American League behind the plate, Jerry Dale of the National League at first, Jim Evans, American League, at second, John McSherry, National League, at third. Down the left field line, Nestor Shilak of the American League. In the right field line, it's Ed Sudol of the National League. Mickey Rivers is in. The first pitch of the ball game. It is a breaking pitch, and it is high. If Tommy John has it below the belt buckle all night, he'll be a very tough fellow to handle. Rivers pulls it. It is a looper. It is over Garvey's head, and Rivers is on and going for two. And he goes in at second base with a loop double down the right field line. First hit for Mickey Rivers in the series.
Keith, that's going to make this Yankee team go, is that little man, number 17. A little blooper over first base, and he gets a double. He's the guy that's going to make this Yankee team score. And not only do the other left-handers have to hit, Jackson and Nettles and Chambliss, that little guy's got to get on, lead off the ball game.
Willie Randolph, the second baseman, shortened a little bit, looks at it, and takes it for ball one. Willie Randolph has scored 4 of the 5 runs the Yankees have scored in the 2 games played in the World Series of '77. Rivers off second. It's on the corner for strike one. There is Mickey Rivers, and he had a big lead on that last pitch.
What Randolph's trying to do here, Keith, of course, hit the ball to the right side. You want to get Rivers over to third base with 1 out. You get at least a run in the first inning with a sacrifice fly. There it is.
To Davy Lopes at second, Rivers to third easily, Lopes to Garvey to retire Randolph. You've got Rivers at third with 1 out.
That's very good baseball. Gets on second base.
You're hitting on the button, Tom. You'll remember that's what the Yankees were having trouble doing in the late innings of the first game, which they did ultimately win in the 12th. They couldn't advance the runners. Immediately here, Willie did. Willie's a fine all-around athlete.
Thurman Munson stands 3 for 8 with 1 run batted in the World Series so far, and involved in the latest thunder and lightning out of the Yankee camp. Rivers so quick at third. Fly ball can get him home. Obviously a base hit can. Munson takes it, just misses. Ball 1. The captain of the Yankees had an even 100 runs batted in this year. He had 18 home runs. He hits it down the right field line. It's a fair ball. It's going to the corner. Mickey Rivers walks home. Thurman Munson digging for second. The throw by Smith. And he's in there. It's a double for Munson. And so the New York Yankees get on the board early as Rivers singles down the right field line. And then Thurman Munson doubles into the corner.
We talked about it earlier, Keith. You know, in New York, their first couple of games, there's the guy's a different type of hitter, much more aggressive hitter with a man at second base, a man at third base. That's his, you know, that's where he makes his money. Man at third base and 1 out. He knows all he needs is a sacrifice fly. Fly ball is going to get him a run, and he can do the job.
Reggie Jackson swings and misses for strike 1.
Now, here's a man who met with me today for about a half an hour, and a complex, sensitive man is feeling the fact that he is the heat, the center of controversy, and he stood up in front of me, and he went through a series of mock swings, and he said, the pressure is never ending. I've got to hit this guy. My only hope is I'm a low ball hitter. He's got a sinker because he's got everything else to stop a hitter like me. He's a very candid, introspective man when he wants to be, Reggie is.
1 strike pitch is inside. It's 1-1 with Thurman Munson at second base. Mickey Rivers has scored. He led off with a single. Randolph advanced him around. Munson doubled him home. You'd say single. He had a double, didn't he?
Martin was quoted yesterday as saying Jackson better get 2 hits tomorrow. At the press conference, somebody asked Paul, what if he doesn't get to?
Jackson hits it to left field. It'll drop for a base hit. Munson coming around third. Dusty Baker overruns the ball in left field, and Reggie Jackson goes standing at second base, and the Yankees lead it 2-0.
He already has one of the 2.
Reggie punched his ball to left field, and inside out it hit behind the ball again. Looked like a slider and just punched it into left field. Dusty, trying to make a play at the plate, I think, overran the ball and really didn't have much of a chance. And in air, Reggie went right into second base.
So you have 2 doubles. You have a single and an error on Dusty Baker in left field. You have 2 runs home, 1 out. Reggie Jackson in scoring position for Lou Piniella. Lou Piniella 3 for 8 in the series so far without a run batted in.
You know what I like more than anything, Keith, is that now here comes Mickey, gets a base hit, and didn't stop at first base. I mean, he was going to second base right away, going for a double to lead off the ball game. They're playing aggressive baseball in the first inning. Something that really they had every right not to do, to sit back on their laurels amongst all the controversy or whatever, or maybe if they want to roll over and die. Here they are, they're coming out and they're being very aggressive.
Count is 1-1 on Lou Piniella. Jackson off second. Ball is hit on the ground toward the third baseman, Say. Now kicks well foul and is picked up and thrown out by Dick Hauser. Bobby Cox is over at first coaching for the New York Yankees. And already we have action in the Los Angeles bullpen as Elias Sosa is up and throwing. First error in the World Series of '77 by Dusty Baker. He just simply overran the ball, figuring he had to charge it to have a shot at Munson at home plate. He might have had a throw on the turn. Ball is hit on the ground up the middle. It's through there for a base hit. Jackson will turn and head for home. Mundy picks it up and lobs it back in, and Jackson gives the Yankees a 3-0 lead.
So if the controversy was to impair their play, it certainly hasn't shown that way so far. It has clearly spurred them. And Bill White's remarks in the pregame show were precisely to that effect. Let's look at the base hit again.
Slider right up the middle. Reggie, of course, on second looking back at the ball. And you know who was the first guy to greet Reggie when he got to the dugout? I followed him in over there. Billy Martin.
So Tommy John being peppered here in the top of the first inning as the Yankees have scored 3 times on 4 base hits. 2 doubles, 2 singles, and an error. And Chris Chambliss stands in 1 for 9 with 1 run batted in. The last 2 hitters have jumped on 1 and 2 pitches. Chambliss fouls it away. Charlie Huff now has joined Elias Sosa in the Dodger bullpen as Chambliss foul tips it for strike 2. Could it be, Tom Seaver, that Tommy John might have been a little too deliberate in getting started?
Very possible. He might be trying to be too fine, you know, with his pitches instead of being aggressive on them. He made good pitches to Chambliss, struck him out with a slider.
That's 2 out. And the batter now will be Greg Nettles, the Yankee third baseman. 3-0 New York on 4 hits and a Dodger error. It's still bright daylight here at Chavez Ravine, just a few moments away from downtown Los Angeles. It's been a warm, sort of muggy day, and the pitch is outside to Nettles for ball 1.
A lot of smog in your town.
Good. Maybe that'll discourage anybody else from coming.
Keep everybody else out.
Checks on it. A ball 2. So Rivers loops a Don Quayle down the right field line, legs it for 2, and from that point on, John has been struggling as the Yankees have jumped on him for 3 runs, and Nettles takes a strike. and 2 strikes with 2 outs, and Lou Piniella on first base for New York. Piniella goes. The ball is hit on the ground to Davy Lopes, and he throws Nettles out to win the inning. But 2 doubles, 2 singles, and an error, and the Yankees break on top 3-0.
What's the quickest way to trim a door? Stanley Surfform. What's the easiest way to shape a tile?
Stanley Surfform.
What's the best way to smooth body filler?
Stanley Surfform.
Stanley Surfform tools have preset replaceable blades that won't clog and don't need sharpening or adjusting. Surfform tools trim or shape just about anything. What's the best way to give an elephant a pedicure?
Stanley Surfform.
From Stanley, the do-it-yourself company.
We want to help you do things right.
I have a confession to make. Last year, the abbot asked me to do an impossible job. Copy 500 sets of this manuscript. I did it, but I used the Xerox 9200. Now, to save paper, he wants it copied on both sides, and he wants it fast. This is going to take another miracle.
Where do you want it, Brother Dominic?
Right here.
The Xerox 9400 duplicator with automatic 2-sided copying. Will miracles never cease?
The Yankee catcher and captain Thurman Munson has also been involved in recent controversy. Earlier, Howard Cosell talked with him about his future.
Thurman, are there any circumstances under which you would play in New York next year?
Well, Howard, I've said it before, I just had a few bad dealings, with the owners early in spring training. I had one player that who kind of wrote a 5-page article about me and ripped me pretty good, and I just haven't been able to live anything down. And I've really been embarrassed all year. I've heard it from the fans. My family's heard it, and it's just one thing that I love my family. I love my children, and I just kind of want to be home in Ohio. And at this point, it's just too bad for the New York people, because I do love New York. I do love to play baseball there, but I just want to go home.
Some earlier comments of Thurman Munson, the Yankee catcher. For the Los Angeles Dodgers, Davy Lopes leads it off. Bill Russell bats second. Reggie Smith hits third. Ron Say, the cleanup man. Steve Garvey batting 5th. Dusty Baker hitting 6th. Rick Mundy in the number 7 position. Steve Yeager, the catcher, 8th. And Tommy John, the pitcher, in the number 9 position. The Yankee defense lines up this way. Lou Piniella in left. Mickey Rivers in center. Reggie Jackson in right. Greg Nettles at third, Bucky Dent at short, Willie Randolph at second, Chris Chambliss at first, Munson doing the catching, and on the mound for the New York Yankees tonight, Mike Torres. And some comments on Mike Torres from Tom Seaver.
Well, Mike's a sinker slider pitcher, of course, pitching in the National League with several ball clubs, Montreal. He's got to have good control to win. He can be powerful inside at times, Keith. Good hard fastball, sinking fastball inside, but he's got a good slider. Keep the ball down, keep the ball away from his right-hand hitters. He's going to have to keep away from the Dodgers' big 3 of Say, Garvey, and Russell. Say, Garvey, and, Baker.
He was brilliant in that 5th game.
He was outstanding. He's the reason that the Yankees won. He was outstanding against Kansas City.
5 1/3, 3 hits, and no runs. Struck out 4 and walked 3, and his first pitch is a strike to Davy Lopes. Mike's been talking about going to Boston. Read all kinds of stuff about that this morning. As a matter of fact, ball 1, the pitch is high. He's going to the open market at the end of the season. See where his future might be in baseball. 1-1. 1-2. Billy Martin sitting in the Yankee dugout.
Beleaguered little fellow.
Had a busy day, didn't he? Lopes pops it up, coming back. It is out of play. On the other side, Tommy Lasorda, who is now much more concerned with the state of affairs than he was before the first pitch. His team is down 3-0. Mike Torres throwing hard, just misses outside. It's 2-2. Mike is outside with a fastball, and it's ball at 3-2. As the ball comes up above the stadium, if it should be hit high in the air, it still will be trouble for the outfielders against the high sky. Torres, after getting out in front on Lopes, loses him as he walks in.
Batting second. Number 18. Shortstop.
The Dodgers' top base runner, Davy Lopes, is on, and Billy Russell, who only struck out 43 times in 634 at-bats in 1977, is at the plate. Davy may look at Mike a couple of pitches. And Torres goes to first to hold it.
That's a huge lead at first base. He's really off there. It could be a one-way lead. Sometimes a runner will take a one-way lead just to get out there, see what a pitcher's move is going to be like to first base. He may want to go. He may want to try to get this Dodger offense going right away, right in the bottom of the first inning. He, like Mickey Rivers, is a spark plug for his own team.
That's sort of been the nature of the ball club. If they get behind early, it is go out and charge, get something happening if they can get this fellow on.
3 runs down, Tom. Send him against the percentage.
Definitely against it.
There he goes. The throw by Munson. He's safe.
They're going to try and make him go. They're going to try and liven up their own dugout. They want to. You know, they gave up 3 runs here. There he goes to second base. He had a huge lead off of first base. That little man can get from first to second, I'll tell you that, and he was safe.
That's the kind of manager Lasorda is. Here's another Buick.
He wasn't looking anywhere, was he, except at that.
He wanted to go. I think Lasorda and Parks and also Davey, they want to get the offense going. They gave up 3 runs, and they want to get them right back.
All right, now, Russell with 1 strike on him. Lopes off second. Big lead off second. And the pitch is inside. That's the first stolen base for Los Angeles. They have been caught in 3 previous tries by Thurman Munson.
We haven't had too much running yet, Keith, in the World Series, have we?
Nope.
Randolph ran in to cool Torres down just a touch. Mike very much aware of Lopes behind him, but the big lead off second.
Russell pulls away from the pitch and fouls it into the dugout. And so it's 1-2. And Tommy John, who had a rocky first inning, waiting in the dugout. Yankees jumped on him for 4 hits, 3 runs. There was 1 Dodger error. Bottom of the first inning. Davy Lopes off second base. Russell hits it foul to the right side and in the crowd.
Bill trying to do what Willie Randolph did, hit to the right side. Hopeful of getting a hit in that direction, but in any event, advancing the runner.
Try and get at least 1 run out of the inning. Now with 2 strikes, he's got to be defensive at the plate.
Hauled him out on a pitch on the inside corner.
Breaking ball, curveball on the inside part of the plate. I think it fooled Billy. Obviously, he's jumping back. Here it is again. This is a fine pitcher's pitch. You can see Thurman setting up outside. Probably wanted the pitch out there. The breaking ball on the inside part of the plate.
And so you've got 1 out with Davy Lopes still at second base. And here is Reggie Smith, who hit a monstrous home run in New York on Wednesday night. Pulls it foul to the right side. A free swinger from the left side, hit 27 of his 32 home runs left-handed this year. Nothing Yankees as Torres checks. Lopes at second. Smith rolls it on the ground. Davy Lopes breaks. They'll take a turn at third. Throw across in time to get Reggie Smith on a check swing roller. Softly to the infield, and it's interesting that Greg Nettles is flexing his arm as he comes back to his position.
I talked to Greg before the game, and he still does have some stiffness in his arm. It really has been bothering him, and it's been bothering him with his bat as well. He says it really doesn't, it's not as troublesome throwing the ball as it is swinging the bat. It's a bottom hand when he is at the plate, and he has trouble getting the bottom hand through, and as a result, he's hitting a lot with his top hand, hitting the ball on the ground instead of the air, and he's a fly ball hitter.
Ron Say, 1 for 7, a home run, 3 runs batted in the series. 2 out now. Lopes at third. Pitch low. The stadium is filled now. Looks as if every seat is taken. checks on it, and it is low. Ball 2. The outfield is well back for running. We've had 17 homers, as you see, with runners on this year. Outside, 3 balls, no strikes. Steve Garvey is on deck. You can see the outfield is well back. Vanella at left, Rivers and over toward left center. There's a strike to make it 3-1. If there is a gap, and there's not much, they're almost straight away in the outfield. The gap would be the right field line or in right center. Ball 4.
One can almost hear the late Frank Fresh saying, "Oh, those bases on balls." Garvey in the first inning represents the tying run. He is the most consistent hitter. And Torres has made trouble for himself.
Garvey, 3 for 8 in 2 games. Had a home run off Sparky Lyle in New York. Defensive back from Michigan State. Swings, the ball bounced over the pitcher's head. Randolph at second, and the Dodgers are gone without answering back to the Yankees. Lopes gets aboard. They get him to third, but can't count him. And after 1 inning of play, the Yankees lead it 3-0.
You work in the sky with nothing to hold on to but the wind and a cold steel beam. And it's a very long day until a whistle blows telling you it's Miller time. Time for the best tasting beer you can find. Miller High Life, America's quality beer since 1855.
We've got the time, we've got the beer. Miller beer.
Has Gillette made a breakthrough in shaving? Yes. A closer shave with more comfort? Yes. Then Gillette's done the impossible. Introducing Atra, the impossible shave. Atra, the first razor with a head that pivots to safely follow every contour of your face. This Atra face-hugging action keeps the twin blades at the perfect angle. You've never shaved this close with this much comfort.
Impossible.
New Gillette Atra, the impossible shave.
Inside this new Firestone radial tire is an improved steel cord with 5 million miles of developmental testing. Where once we used 5 strands, we now use 10 strands of steel. 7 around 2, wrapped by 1. A cord construction so important, Firestone named the tire for it. 7, 2, 1. The new steel-belted radial 721. Now, from Firestone.
2 unbeaten top 10 teams, Texas against Arkansas. Outstanding NCAA college football tomorrow on ABC.
For the Yankees, in the top of the second inning, the shortstop Bucky Dent, the pitcher Mike Torres, and the leadoff man Mickey Rivers. In game number 1, the Yankees 4-3 with Sparky Lyle getting the decision over Rick Rhoden, both in relief. Game 2, the Dodgers 6-1 with Houghton beating Hunter. And now for New York. Bucky Dent up for the first time tonight, 3 for 7 in the series. Tommy John, effort for 4 hits and 3 runs.
You'll see this a lot tonight, Keith. The balls that come up there and hit down in the dirt right around home plate. That area right around home plate is 96% clay, and it's awfully red. The ball hits in there, and the balls will get red on the side where they make contact with the ground, and there'll be a lot of balls thrown out of the ball game.
On the corner for a strike. It's 1-1. When the Phillies were here, the dirt was very loose in front of home plate. Umpires came out, had a look after the Phillies squawked. Sure enough, made them shovel it up.
Well, certain ballparks, they'll tailor their ball fields to suit their teams. They'll tamp that area in front of home plate. They'll loosen it up. They'll make it fair. That's a foul ball. They hit the runner in the batter's box.
That's what George Lomas, Tom, the groundskeeper at Kansas City, is always accused of doing. One of the very best at it. Last year, before the Yankee-Kansas City playoffs, there was a lot of talk about the mound being too high to suit Catfish Hunter, who was pitching the game opener. So we did our pregame show with Lomas, as he sought to prove he did not tamper with it.
That's right, I remember.
George Toma, did I say Lomas? Forgive me.
2-2, and Bucky Dent fouls it away.
If you have a ball club that gets a lot of balls into the ground and guys that can really run, like the Philadelphia club, let's say, McBride and Maddox and all those people, you make that area hard in front of home plate. You get a lot of high choppers, like that one right there. You got a chance to get a lot of infield hits.
Say to Garvey, one gone. I'll guarantee you when Maury Wills was playing here with a hard infield.
Remember when they went to one World Series, where was it? They went and they were right in front of first base, and Maury Wills, they made it all wet and watery so he couldn't steal the bases.
That went on a lot.
Giants or somebody? That's tampering with the field, isn't it?
Mike Torres, a robust career batting average and a hefty swing for a pitcher for strike one. Strikes on Mike Torres. He's trying to bunt. Pitch was way off the plate, and Larry McCoy called him out.
Must have been a trick play. I don't know. I talked to Mike. He said he had about 5 home runs in the seat yesterday in batting practice. Bunny now with 2 strikes.
Yeah. Mickey Rivers coming to the plate. For those in the pregame, you might have seen Sally and Tommy John, tonight's starting pitcher for the Dodgers, reminiscing and talking about what the last few months in their young lives have meant to them after it appeared that Tommy's career was all over. Suddenly, here he is, 20-7, a Cy Young candidate, and pitching in the World Series. They live just down the road in Orange County. Rivers hitting 107. Came up with a double to lead the ball game, and scored the first run of the game. The Yankees lead by a score of 3-0.
Sudden smile flashed across his face there.
With 2 out and nobody on, John is just low. Ron Say, as he did in the second game in New York, has come right in on the grass looking right at Mickey Rivers. Pulled, and it's down the line again. It should go easily for 2 bases for the speedster Rivers. Reggie Smith boxes it around a little bit down the line before he can get it back, and Mickey Rivers now with back-to-back doubles.
Dodger fans are seeing the Mickey Rivers, who had 326 on the year, who was terrific over the last 6 weeks of the season, and who, as we mentioned earlier, excelled so during the Kansas City playoff series. When he's hot, he is hot. He's terrific.
You talk about, beating the percentages in New York. He went against 2 right-hand pitchers. He was 0 for 10. He's a left-hander here. He's 2 for 2 and 2 doubles.
And when he's hot, of course, he hits anybody. Lefties have never bothered him that much.
Willie Randolph, who grounded the second baseman first time up, takes the pitch low. This program, an exclusive presentation of ABC Sports. Let's pause 5 seconds to allow our local stations to identify themselves. Snap throw through, not in time. Rivers back. Yeager will shoot at you.
He's got the artillery to get at you. I know that. He's got a fine arm. Good, strong, accurate arm.
A 1-ball, 1-strike count on the batter, Randolph. The Yankees getting 3 runs on 4 hits and an error in the top of the first inning. At bat now in the second inning, Rivers has just doubled, 2 out, and John has just hit the target for strike 2 against Willie Randolph. Rivers off second. 1-2 pitch to Randolph. Just low. Two to Randolph. Outside. Full 3-2 with 2 out, and Mickey Rivers at second base.
He doesn't want to walk this guy, Keith. There's Tom Lasorda in the Dodger dugout. Certainly doesn't want to walk him, the man on deck, Thurman Munson.
Nor does he want any more runs to score.
No.
Which is imperative here.
This is a big pitch.
Try to get him.
He lost him. That's the first walk issued by Tommy John. And now here's trouble with Mickey Rivers at second base. Thurman Munson, who doubled in the first inning, is walking up. You can see 4 for 9. He's been swinging a tough bat.
Troubled fellow. Tom and I spent a lot of time with Thurman today, and he's really disturbed, and he was very outspoken in that interview about his desire to leave. Yet, somehow, it never affects his play. This is truly superb competitive.
Charlie Huff is in the Los Angeles bullpen. Tommy John struggling. 2 on, 2 out. Munson swings and misses. Strike 1.
That was one of Tommy's better pitches that he's thrown thus far this game.
That's what makes him effective.
Turn that over beautifully.
When the hitters swing at that ball that's out of the strike zone low, that's when he is effective.
That's 2.
That ball gets up to the plate, just kind of sinks out of the strike zone. It looks good. By the time you get your bat to it, it's not there anymore. Sinks out of the strike zone. Mickey Rivers, of course, second base. Willie Randolph at first.
A 2-strike count on Thurman Munson. 2 out and 2 on. Struck him out. So Tommy John appearing to loosen up a little more. Strikes out Munson despite a Yankee threat, but Yankees lead it 3-0. Doctor.
How much should you expect from a great camera? Polaroid's SX70 lets you shoot automatically, very close, or very far away, in lots of light, or hardly any. Shoot every second and a half, and have beautiful pictures in minutes. No other camera in the world does it all. The SX70 Alpha 1.
Last year, General Motors redesigned its full-size cars to help conserve our natural resources. They became some of the best-selling new cars in GM history. This year, GM introduces its second wave of cars in an all-new size. The 1978 Chevrolet Malibu and Monte Carlo, Pontiac Le Mans and Grand Prix, Oldsmobile Cutlass Salon and Cutlass Supreme, and Buick Century and Regal. While these cars are trimmer outside than last year, both sedans and coupes offer more headroom, legroom, and rear seat knee room. There's more usable trunk space this year for carrying things. And extensive corrosion-resisting treatments. In all, these cars are spacious, quiet, secure, and with their trim new styling, in tune with the times. See them at your GM dealer soon. GM's new mid-size cars, designed and engineered for a changing world.
Reflecting on how New York assumed its 3-0 lead, you can see Rivers doubled, followed by Munson's double, Jackson single, Pinella single. In between there is an error by Dusty Baker, and it's 3-0 New York, with the Los Angeles Dodgers coming up in the bottom of the second inning. And you can see it is a warm evening. We've been able to shuck the coats, sit comfortably here in the middle of October. A little over 80 degrees today, and it was 78 degrees at game time, and the flag is literally limp in center field. The dimensions of this ballpark, 330 down each line, 370 up the alleys, up to 385, and then 395 straightaway center field. Mike Torres will pitch to Dusty Baker, Rick Bundy, Steve Yeager. Dusty Baker, a remarkable story himself. In 1977, takes strike 1. He was a potential free agent till he signed a new 3-year contract on June 15, his 28th birthday. Foul out of play.
This big fella can look sinister when peering down at you on the mound.
Hits it up the middle for a base hit. So the Dodgers get the leadoff man aboard, and Dusty Baker as Rivers comes in to hurry it back.
Torres had an interesting season, Tommy. You remember the Yanks got him in that Doc Ellis trade. He had won 4 for the A's. And he did very little for the Yankees upon first being acquired. And then when the games became key and the Yankee pitching staff was faltering, Torres, for a period of 6 weeks, became the bellwether, pitching complete game after complete game, 5 in a row, I believe. So he became a signally important figure to their pennant drive.
Rick Monday, the batter for Los Angeles, with Dusty Baker off first, and the pitch is inside to him. Monday's left ankle and foot heavily taped. Now, remember, he was hobbled a little bit as he was caught the other night in New York, but he had actually hurt the foot going from first over to third. And it's inside on the letters for ball 2. This is also the same foot and ankle where he's had some Achilles trouble in the past. So it's been sort of a painful year for Rick Monday.
He really put on some exhibition yesterday, Keith, out here in batting practice. He was hitting them up in the orange seats down there. He hit one up almost the top of the screen of the foul pole down the right field line. He really hit a monster. There's Tommy John in the Dodger dugout. He had a better inning last inning, pitching to Thurman Munson. He looked awfully good. Maybe he's got it. Could be a little nervous that first inning, too. You never know. World Series time.
Dusty Baker edges off first. Nobody out. The pitch to Monday is strike ball. That gets a little conversation from Monday out of Larry McCoy as the count is now 2-2. Remember, that's an American League umpire back to the plate. Might be a little more low-ball minded if he stand around and visit with these National Leaguers for a while, but he certainly gave Torres a pitch right on the knees that time.
Well, you notice he's worn his chest protector inside. I don't really know how many guys in the American League do that. Most of them have outside protectors. And all the National League umpires, of course, wear their chest protectors inside. It's unusual to see an American. There it is, a close-up of it. American League umpire, it's unusual.
3-2 pitches swung on and foul tipped into Thurman's glove for strike 3. So Rick Monday is out. 1 out. And the batter will be Steve Yeager, who has 2 hits and 7 trips. He had a home run in the second game at Yankee Stadium. The second of 3 home runs hit off Jim Hunter. Tommy John is coming out of the dugout and will go to the on-deck circle with 1 out. And Baker on first. Torres has a look at him. There's John. The pitch to Yeager. It's hit off the hands down the right field line. It's going to fall in there for a base hit. Baker turns second, and he's going to third, and Yeager pumps into second with a double. He just sort of shoveled that thing over into right field.
Fought it off, hit it down the right field line. Big, strong guy hitting a little pop right on the right field line, getting a double out of it.
Inside out, you said.
Inside out is the terminology.
Remember when the Dodgers first came out here? They had the man who perfected the art. They played in the old Coliseum. They had that extremely short left field porch as the consultation on the mound takes place, the first one the Yankees have had. The man's name was Wally Moon. He cleaned up out there. He's a professor now, college at Arkansas.
Is that right?
Right.
Dusty Baker running the bases, saw the ball was going to drop. You see him looking back at the ball. He held up for just a moment. Otherwise, he might have been tempted if he kept going full tilt. But he turned the steam on. Then he began to look at Preston Gomez, coaching at third. Took his turn at third and then held. And so the Dodgers now, with 1 out, have base runners at second and third. And the batter is Tommy John, who has hit in 11 of his starts this year. Fouls that one off. He is not a free out at the plate. He had his first National League home run August 8th against Cincinnati. And I'm sure Tom Seaver remembers that when he pitched a 2-hit 4-0 shot.
A very big blow. Seaver watched in open-ended.
Open-ended is right.
Fouled off into the crowd for strike 2.
Now, he can help himself here now. You get a pitcher that can feel his position, who can bunt, who can get a sacrifice fly. Tommy's up there with a man on third and 1 out. If he can get a sacrifice fly, he gets a run in. If he makes an out here, then you need a base hit or a pass ball or a wild pitch or something to score a run.
Struck him out, throw to third, and Baker is back. That's 2 out. So the 2 outs of the inning have been strikeouts by Mike Torres, and we'll go back now to the top of the order for Davy Lopes. Four decks at Dodger Stadium. Dusk now beginning to settle in, making the job for the outfielders much easier.
Torres is asking Billy Martin if he wants him to stretch or wind up.
Lopes fouls it away to strike one. Torres is quick tonight. Baker at third. Yeager at second. 2 strikes on Davy Lopes with 2 out.
High ball league umpire, right, Tom?
It didn't look like
He's
Yeager
giving them every low ball call tonight.
He's got a big strike zone tonight.
Outside, Thurman Munson put the target a little bit off the plate. Torres went right through it, but Mike missed it by a couple of inches.
Just 2-strike pitch. You get reputations for umpires. He's got a big strike zone. He's got a wide strike zone.
Ball is hit high in the air, and it is foul. Bounced high in the air.
You get a pitcher or get an umpire that has a big strike zone. It looks like you've got a big strike zone tonight. You'll get guys coming back to the bench. They go up swinging, guys. Everything's a strike.
Big Mac ready at 1-2, facing Davy Lopes, and little Davy steps out.
I don't mind those big strike zones. I find them rather agreeable.
Your age, you need them. Baker off third, Yeager off second, pitch to Lopes, high.
You really see Thurman moving around back there. He moved way inside on Tommy John with 2 strikes. He's moved outside on these pitches to Davy Lopes. He's really given Torres a good target, really showing him where he wants to throw the ball.
Mike taking a lot of time, and Lopes takes a walk. And Billy Martin is pacing.
Martin is angry. He wanted that last call.
Might be, considering all things, looking a gift horse in the mouth at the moment, though, considering a couple of the low pitches. Foul straight back.
Mike is perspiring freely.
Outside of Guidry might be the healthiest of all the Yankee pitchers right now. Lopes hits it on the right side. Chambliss makes a good play on it.
Good play.
Good play.
Covers it.
Good play all around, Keith. Beautiful coverage by Torres.
Yankees turn the Dodgers away and continue to lead after 2 innings of play, 3-0.
Movies together, sang together, appeared together. It's hard to believe that the Bing is gone. He was a positive American institution.
Yes, he was. Tomorrow's game indicating there that it starts at 1 o'clock Western time, 4 o'clock Eastern time. Doug Rao for the Dodgers against Ron Guidry of the Yankees. I thought that he might delay on that decision depending on what happened tonight.
He still may.
That's right. Reggie Jackson, Lou Piniella, and Chris Chambliss are the Yankee hitters now. Reggie had a single in his first time up. That's a foul ball. 1 ball and 1 strike on the Yankee right fielder.
Reggie's gotten a lot of knocks this year. He's gotten a lot of boosts, too. But the thing about this man, at least at the plate, is he responds to crisis. He responds to challenge, as he did in the first inning today.
1-1 pitch from Tommy John. Low, it's ball 2. Yankees lead 3-0. 2 fellows there that we haven't seen much of, Roy White and Fred Stanley. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. So Tommy John, TJ from Indiana State University, where he met his pretty wife Sally, out there on the mound trying to get himself righted, down by 3 runs. Got him.
getting a lot sharper, Keith.
He is. He looks commanding. Ever since
really
he
settled down. Good inside sinker. Reggie right over the top of it. Tommy, to be effective, he has to have good control. As you know, he's not an overpowering pitcher. Got a good sinker, a good slider. He'll throw a curveball, throw a changeup. But he's got to get his breaking ball over. He's got to be ahead of his hitters. He's got to pitch with a 1-2 count, 1 ball, 2 strikes, no balls, 1 strike. And he has to get the ball down in the strike zone to be effective. If he does that, he is tough.
Lou Piniella moved up to the number 5 position in the batting order tonight. Pitch bounces at the plate and strikes Lou on the leg lightly. He trots on down to first base, and Tommy John walked off the mound shaking his hand as if he might have hurt a fingernail or something. The ball just dove in at the feet of Lou Piniella, and Lou took a jump. The ball was a breaking pitch.
Something certainly happened there, Keith. Look, sometimes you get a baseball with big seams on it, and a pitcher will build up calluses on his fingers and end of his fingers and on his thumb. And sometimes you get a big seam or the big threads, and you can come off and you can irritate those calluses.
Chris Chambliss, plate takes low for ball 1. With Piniella on first and 1 out.
You mean the different baseballs have different size seams or protrusions of seams?
Exactly.
Manufacturing deficiency.
Possibly.
There's a strike.
Some of them are small. Some baseballs are small. You get some are big. Some have big seams. It's all in the professional touch, Howard. We professionals.
Of course.
On the mound.
Feel them. That's right.
1-1 pitch. Low. 2-1 to Chambliss. The Yankees do not run on their own. Billy Martin wants to know where they are or what they're doing, and when he wants somebody running, he sends him. Time call, no pitch as Chris steps out.
Chambliss is normally one of the steadiest of Yankee hitters, but he has been in deep trouble recently, and he's not swinging well, is he, Tom?
Sharply to Garvey. Go to second for 1. Back to first. Double play. 3-6-3 double play. That is the second of those the Dodgers have pulled off. They had one the other night in Yankee Stadium that killed a possible Yankee challenge. 4 remains, 3-0 New York. In all of baseball, 3-6-3. They had one the other night to kill a Yankee challenge. And Garvey starts another one tonight as Russell is on the bag. Did not get all that much on the return throw to first base. Garvey will take the long stretch for it. A little bit off target and just barely there. Close play at first.
Did get him.
What'd you say, Tom?
He did get him. He looked out to me when I first looked at it. He looked safe. You see that replay, and he was out.
So Steve Garvey is in the dugout, waiting a chance he hopes to come to the plate. But right now, Mike Torres, who has been dominant in the game, will face Bill Russell, Reggie Smith, and Ron Cey. Russell caught looking. His first time up tonight. Nettles comes up even with a bag almost on the pitch at third base.
Last inning was John's easiest. He threw only 10 pitches. He's thrown 53 on the game. Going into this inning, Torres had thrown 41. He's thrown 2 thus far for a total of 43. No great difference there.
Pitcher, if you can get a pitcher to throw about 15 pitches an inning, you come out. That would be an average.
Russell pulls it to Nettles. Pumps, throws, and gets it. 1 gone. Reggie Smith will be the hitter. At a check swing, ground out to the third baseman Nettles. First time up tonight. The Dodgers are batting in the bottom of the 3rd inning, with the Yankees leading by a score of 3-0. New York, 3 runs on 5 hits. Los Angeles, no runs, 2 hits, and an error. On the outside corner to Reggie Smith. They play him to full, they play him deep. Sharp shot right field, that's through for a base hit for Reggie Smith. Base hit number 3 for Los Angeles. All the action has been to that side of the diamond so far tonight. Ron Cey now with 1 out.
These next 2 guys would like to put a little action on the left side out there about the 370 side.
They can do it, too.
They can do it.
Reggie Smith is swinging well. Good bat.
The Penguin at the plate. Strike. It's a pretty good National League strike right there. That was down in the strike zone. Been several of those. Stocky, strong Ron Say underwent a testing program at the National Athletic Health Institute out in Inglewood, California. Inside. Came in there one time to play the Dodgers. Keith and his brother was out here. I think Ronnie, of course, is up in the Seattle area, isn't he?
He went to Washington State University. I know that.
His brother was out here taking batting practice. And they looked almost identical, facially, and their builds were almost identical.
That body contains only 5% fat, so it's pretty hard and firm. And that's up the alley in right center as Rivers goes hard and makes the catch. Fine play by Mickey Rivers.
Rivers got a great
speed can be used.
Well, he got a great jump on that ball. Give him that. He junched it instantly and ran it down. Look at it again.
You know, that's a great acquisition by Gabe Paul when he went to get Mickey Rivers. Look at this. Now, you take this ballpark, it's a big outfield, but you take that little guy and put him in Yankee Stadium, the size of that outfield, you've got to have a center fielder on a Yankee team that can really fly, cover a lot of ground.
He was in full stride as you even began your recital on the replay, Tom. Great jump.
Dodgers have stranded 4 in the 2 innings that we have played. Now here in the bottom of the third, Steve Garvey swings and misses at a breaking pitch, low and away, with Reggie Smith on first base. Torres, tough so far tonight. Garvey shot up the middle, and it almost knocked Torres down. Reggie Smith easy into third base. Garvey's on with a single.
Woo! What a shot. The ball started straight up the middle and suddenly veered slightly to the right. That's what deceived Willie Randall, as it went apparently right through or under his glove. That ball was hit.
That's the kind of ball that after it goes by, you lose your breath. You got that home plate to the pitcher's mound, 60 feet 6 inches. And after you get done throwing the ball, you're not much more than 50 feet away. That ball's coming back at you, sometimes twice as hard as you throw it.
Dusty Baker with 2 on and 2 out. Right.
They got a big strike zone tonight, Dusty. Go up there swinging.
Reggie Smith on third, Steve Garvey on first. Yankees lead 3-0. Baker a grand slam in the playoff against the Phillies. At 30 homers. Got it in, I guess, next to the last at-bat for the season. He got his 30th homer, making Los Angeles the first team in history to have 4 men hit 30 or more home runs in the season. Baker 1 for 4 in the first game, 0 for 4 in the second game. Low. There's Smith at third. Garvey at first. Dodgers now have 4 hits off Big Mike Torres. Oh, beautiful breaking pitch, 2-2.
That was a beautiful pitch.
He's getting those NL calls. 95 miles an hour on that shotgun. That's close to your 98, Tom.
That was clocked about 4 years ago.
2-2. Outside. You've got a full count on Dusty Baker with Reggie Smith at third, Steve Garvey at first. Rick Mundy waiting. Garvey goes. Oh, goodbye, goodbye. Way back it is. Ball game is tied.
Dusty Baker, the hero of the playoff games against Philadelphia, with a grand slammer and a second homer. Let's look at it again. Tom, look at where that pitch is.
Yeah, it was not a pitcher's pitch, right in the middle of the plate. I've given up enough of those. That ball jumped off the bat.
Watch
Reggie knows, too. He knows that ball's gone. Yep. You play in a park long enough, you just know when the hitter hits the ball when it's going to be out of the park. It's not over the fence yet. Wait a minute. He's looking for the plate. Looking for the plate. There it is. He knew it was gone as soon as he hit it.
We're all even at 3 as Mike Torres is stung by Dusty Baker for a 3-run homer, and Rick Mundy is at the plate with 2 out. Both teams now with 5 hits. Cued foul to the left side.
You could almost sense it. They had left 2 on in the first. They had left 2 on in the second, and there was Doris facing a 2-on situation again in the third.
Strike 3 call. Larry McCoy, and Rick Mundy is out. Second time he has struck out in the ball game. But the Los Angeles Dodgers on Dusty Baker's home run get even at 3-3 with the Yankees after 3 complete innings of play.
I would tell another woman to go into Firestone.
Ask a friend about Firestone, Firestone, Firestone.
This is my car, and I think it's more or less my responsibility. And when when it comes time to changing tires, I'm the one that had to take it in. Well, if someone was to ask me, you know, what tires to get, I would tell them to get Firestone.
Firestone.
One little fender bender, and I'll probably lose half a day chasing down estimates.
You don't have to chase estimates with Allstate.
I don't?
Not with Allstate's drive-in claim centers. We take care of the estimate, and we can settle up on the spot.
Just a couple more minutes.
Allstate has hundreds of drive-in locations, so you don't have to chase estimates.
What a difference.
When it takes being different to be better,
Why?
Allstate will do it.
That's a promise from us, the good hands people.
From Maine to California, you sit atop a rig with 13 forward speeds and 300 horses. And when the run is over, that's when Miller time begins. Time to stretch out and head for the best tasting beer you can find. America's quality beer, Miller High Life.
If you've got the time, you've got the time. We've got the beer, Miller Beer.
Game 4 of the World Series tomorrow at 4 Eastern Time on ABC.
The Razorbacks of Arkansas are going to try to have a party for the Longhorns of Texas in Fayetteville tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Time over these ABC stations, followed by game number 4 of the 1977 World Series here at Dodger Stadium at 4 Eastern Time. Line score you saw, 3-5-0 for the Yankees, 3-5-1 for the Dodgers. Greg Nettles will lead it off for New York here in the top of the 4th. Bucky Dent and then Mike Torres. Tommy John, who has pitched well the last couple of innings, delivers and Nettles fouls it away. Yankees jumped on John for their 3 runs in the top of the 1st inning. Ball is stroked into right center field for a base hit by Greg Nettles. The Yankees with a leadoff man aboard. Now it'll be the Yankee shortstop, Bucky Dent.
Greg said had always hit Tommy John very well, and Tommy agreed with that. Tommy said he also had trouble with Reggie Jackson when he was in the American League.
Bucky Dent grounded out 3rd to 1st. His first time up tonight. Nettles off first. John curves to the corner, strike 1.
Beautiful pitch.
I still don't think he's as loose as I've seen him. Ball's not popping.
Well, it was when he struck out Munson in the 2nd inning. Then he was absolutely commanding.
Oh, rainbowed that one enough on the corner, I guess, to get a strike. At least Larry McCoy called it a strike, and Bucky Dent steps away in his credulity tested.
It looks to me like you've got a big strike zone from up here, and then I look on the replays, etc.
Hit on the ground. In the hole, Clay knocks it down. There'll be no play. Base hit. Just a matter of an inch here, and Say would have had a play, but he came into the hole trying to cut it off and couldn't come up with it. Russell was in the hole waiting for it and might well have had a play himself. Not after Say had slowed it. You have a questioning look on your face, Mr. Siebert.
I don't know if he'd have gotten anybody on that.
No.
He might have had a, well...
Only if he could have made the fourth.
I wasn't watching the field, I was watching the monitor. It's tough to tell if you don't have your eyes on the field.
That's now 7 hits for the Yankees. They have 2 on with nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning. Torres up. Bunt expected. And Steve Garvey in so close he could shake hands with him as Mike fouls it away. Elias Sosa gets up again in the Dodger bullpen.
We're right back in the situation where we were in the other night now. We've got runners at first and second, nobody out. They'll have Garvey coming in. We want to get the force out at third base. Torres' job is to get the ball bunted down towards Say, pull him off the bag, get the runners advanced to third and second.
Bunted out in front. Yeager out in a hurry. Has to go to first base.
There you do it. That's a good bunt. He did a good job.
One out now, and the runners move up with Nettles at third, Dent at second.
I talked to Mike Torres, who just made that bunt. You know, they have the designated hitter in the American League, and they don't hit all year long. About 3 weeks or a month before the end of the season, they started to take batting practice in preparation for all this. You know, knowing if they did get to the World Series that they would have to hit and they would have to bunt.
Mickey Rivers 2 for 2, a pair of doubles in the ball game. Yeager asks for an appeal at third base. Doesn't get the call from John McSherry. Charlie Huff has now joined Elias Sosa in the Dodger pen. 1 out. Runners at second and third for New York. And Rivers swings and misses. 1-1 on Mickey. Willie Randolph is on deck. Ball is hit on the ground to Davy Lopes. He'll go to first. Run scores. Yankees regain the lead 4-3. Run batted in for Mickey Rivers. So Bucky Dent now at third base. Greg Nettles scoring. You have 2 out. And the batter is Willie Randolph. Just low, ball 1. 1-1. Outside, ball 2.
Oh, a lot of sliders and curveballs here to Randolph. There's a sinker.
And it's foul. Evens a count at 2-2 with 2 out, and Dent at third.
That's what he was throwing to Rivers. Rivers successfully, as you used the phrase the other day, butcher boyed the ball.
Butcher boyed the ball. He had runners at second and third.
Got him in.
2 guys, Russell and Lopes, have got to play back because you can't let an infield hit go through and score the run from second base, so you almost give up the run at third.
Right.
Larry McCoy out to check the ball again at the request of Willie Randolph.
That's that ball that goes into the dirt, gets red on it. They have kind of a really special red clay that they have around everywhere.
Just outside. Tommy John goes to a full count now with Randolph at 3-2, Dent at third. Nettles led off with a single. Dent followed with a single. Then Mickey Rivers bounced Nettles home. And here's a fly ball hit to right field for Reggie Smith. And makes the catch. So the New York Yankees, on 2 base hits and a sacrifice, regained the lead over the Dodgers 4-3 after 3.5 innings.
You're the one we're cooking for. Our best is fresh food you'll adore. Our grade A eggs cooked on the spot with pure pork sausage sizzling hot. It's breakfast, McDonald's breakfast, made from the very best ingredients. We do it all for you. We start out with an English muffin, then add cheese and egg and something really good. Canadian bacon, yes, that's how we go about making breakfast. McDonald's breakfast, made from the very best ingredients. We do it all for you. Now, when you want a morning treat, hot cakes and sausage, they taste neat, made fresh from batter. They taste better, topped with butter. Yes, indeed, it's breakfast. McDonald's breakfast, made from the very best ingredients. We do it all for you at McDonald's. We do it all for you. We do it all for you.
Baseball wishes to thank the nearly 39 million fans who attended Major League games during 1977. This record turnout was traded to some of the most enjoyable and exciting events in the game's history. 1978 promises to be just as enjoyable and exciting. Be a part of that excitement. To ensure choice seats for next year, order your season tickets now. Many clubs have special plans available, so contact your local club for full details. The preceding message was brought to you on behalf of Major League Baseball.
Sparky Lyle of the New York Yankees, who has appeared in 2 games already. You know, Larry Sherry in 1959 for the Los Angeles Dodgers appeared in 4 games, won 2 and saved 2 as the Dodgers won the series. Sparky Lyle might be able to come up with that sort of a performance himself before they're done.
All right, there you see the origin of the Dodgers. Baker acquired by trade from Atlanta, Monday by trade from the Cubs, Reggie Smith by trade from the Cardinals, Say and Russell from the Dodger farm system. Basically, the Dodgers build their team through their farm system. Basically. Here's the rest of them. Lopes, as you see, the Dodger farm system. Garvey, the same. Yeager, the same. Tommy John from the Chicago White Sox, where he was the most successful pitcher.
Steve Yeager, Tommy John, Davy Lopes, the scheduled hitters for Los Angeles. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning, the count is 1 ball and 1 strike on the Dodger catcher.
The Dodger building processes have not changed ever since Branch Rickey first installed them, and then Mr. Waller O'Malley took over from him in the early 50s. There's a ball.
2-1 on Yeager. Pop-up. It'll go to short center field. Mickey Rivers comes jogging on in and makes the catch. Tom Lasorda from the third base side of Dodger Stadium. The Dodger skipper, and on the first base side, the Yankee boss man on the field, Billy Martin. And the batter is Tommy John.
Lasorda in pensive mood. Martin always somehow looks troubled.
Mentioned that Tommy came from the Chicago White Sox, 1971, for Richie Allen. That was the trade. Foul back here.
Richie Allen went over there, had a couple of good years for the White Sox, too, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Most valuable player in that league.
I didn't think you were going to be able to get up from under the table.
Just only slipped once.
1 ball, 1 strike to John. Yankees leading 4-3. Dodgers came back on Baker's homer to tie in the bottom of the 3rd after the Yankees scored 3 in the top of the 1st. John swings and misses. And the Yankees come battling back to get 1 in the top of the 4th to lead 4-3 and 94 miles an hour on Mike Torres' last pitch.
Still throwing hard. He made that mistake pitch to Dusty.
2-2 now. That pitch low. One out, nobody on. Top of the order, Davy Lopes is waiting. 3-2. Mike mumbling a little on it. Wanted it, wants to get John. Didn't want to lose him.
Don't walk the pitcher. That's a cardinal sin. Don't walk the pitcher. 1 out. Second out of the inning, you can get Davy Lopes out of the inning. Next hitter.
Struck him out.
He did not walk the pitcher. Davy Lopes will bat with no one on. That's Mike's 5th strikeout, by the way. We're in the 4th inning. Evidence that he's throwing hard.
On a warm night in Los Angeles, 78 degrees as we started, and I suspect it's still pretty close to that, perhaps 75 now. As we've gone to 6:46 Western Time, Pacific Time. Davy Lopes has walked and been thrown out at first base on a good play by Chambliss to Torres at strike 1 as he fouls it back. Lopes walked, stole a base, got to third in the first inning, and that's as far as he could go, and Torres comes inside, 1-1. Feet on the ground to the shortstop, Bucky Dent. Got him. So the Dodgers go in order in the bottom of the 4th inning. And after 4 complete innings of play, the Yankees lead the Dodgers 4-3.
Leslie Caron for Color Track by RCA.
In Gigi, my brooch was blue, the leaves were green, and my gown was lavender lace. If these colors don't look right to you, you should know about Color Track from RCA. Getting the color right is what Color Track is all about. It actually adjusts the colors and locks them on track.
Before you see the Color Track system grabs it, aligns it, defines it, sharpens it, tones it, and locks the color on track.
RCA is making television better and better.
You might think it impossible for a skinny guy like me to break a spark plug, but he could, right? Right. But me, never. Look, put the wrench on wrong, and anyone can crack the insulator. What's worse, often you can't tell. Then you wonder why the car won't run right. Listen, use Autolites. The insulator is over 50% stronger than the best-selling plug. So why run the risk of a cracked plug when you can run on Autolites?
Autolite and Fram are Bendix companies.
Hi, do you have a Gillette Track 2 blade I could borrow?
No, but you can use my injector.
It doesn't shave close enough. Thanks.
To guys who use a twin-blade Gillette Track 2, no single blade will do.
How about this double edge?
Nah, it irritates me.
No injector, no double edge, no single blade shaves you closer with less irritation than Gillette Track 2.
Sure, I've got a Track 2, but I'm using it.
I'll wait.
To guys who use a Gillette Track 2, no single blade will do.
Dodger Stadium in Chavez Ravine, just a few minutes from downtown Los Angeles. Walter O'Malley built the stadium, owns the property. This year, they drew 2,955,037, I think it was. They averaged 37,000 per home game. It is one of the most comfortable baseball parks you can sit and watch, and they cater to the family trade at this ballpark, and obviously they do well, considering what they have done since they moved into this rather beautiful ballpark.
The Cincinnati Reds have made it a little bit closer race. There'd have been over 3 million people this year, too.
Yep.
I thought you were going to win the pennant for it.
When you went over there, we were 7 behind, and within 2 weeks, we were 12 behind. It shows you what a difference one man can make.
Thurman Munson, Reggie Jackson, and Lou Piniella as Tommy John gets a strike on Munson.
By the way, through the first 4 innings, Torres threw 73 pitches, John 69. That's an average about 135, 140 pitches per game. A lot of pitches.
Outside. Thurman Munson went on public record today as if he had not done previously, but he re-emphasized or reiterated his desire to go to Cleveland. Bounced to Russell. Thurman digging it out down the line, made it close, but he's gone. 1 away. To Tomorrow it's 4 Eastern Time, 1 Pacific Time. Sunday, 4 Eastern Time. And then games 6 and 7, if they are needed, will be Tuesday night in New York at 8 Eastern Time and Wednesday night in New York at 8 Eastern Time. Reggie Jackson has been to the plate twice. He is 1 for 2. Last time up, John struck him out. Inside.
I think they read the scouting report on Reggie, don't you? Everybody's popping him inside.
That's right. That's right.
Right there.
3 balls and no strikes with 1 out and nobody on. Walked him. So the Yankees keep pecking away. Tommy John getting Munson to lead the inning. Now walks Jackson. Lou Piniella comes up. Lou hit for the pitch and singled in 2 trips. Want to know how Lou Piniella relaxed today? His normal routine. Poke around at a stock brokerage house, watching the tickers, reads the Wall Street Journal and Barron's Weekly, and studies the ebb and flow of the fiscal posture of this country. Hopefully trying to make a bob or 2 now and then if he can guess right. All right, Reggie Jackson off first base. Tommy John ready to pitch to Lou Piniella. On the corner, strike 1. Yankees leading 4-3 on 7 hits.
Maybe Lou's going to try and figure out what to do with his World Series, Keith. You know, the winner's going to get right around $25,000 a man, probably.
Just low.
Well, as I read the sporting press, you fellas all have so much money, it doesn't really matter. Your comment, Tom?
What about our conversation at dinner last night, Harry? You're not doing too bad yourself, old boy.
Off Tommy John's glove, there will be no play. Couldn't come down with it, and if he had not been able to touch it at all, I suspect it would have bounced right on up the middle into center field. So it's a base hit for Lou Piniella. You see John reach for it, ricochets off his glove. Bill Russell had committed himself to his left and could not come back to make the play. And so now the Yankees have 2 men on, and Lou Piniella has his second base hit of the night. Here's Chris Chambliss, struck out and hit into a double play.
Now this is the fellow the Yankees really need a hit from.
Strike. It appears that Chris has opened his stance somewhat. Normally quite a severely closed stance. Here now, and as he's struggling some, he might have opened just a little.
I spent about a half an hour, Keith, down the right field line yesterday talking to Mickey Rivers and Chambliss and Kenny Holtzman and a couple of the other Yankees. Chris feels he just has a very slow bat. He just has no pop in his bat, no life, and that's probably why he's opened up like this.
Outside.
Feels his bat is just dragging through the strike zone instead of popping into the strike zone.
You can feel it. You can sense it.
Well, he knows it too, and a lot of times you just get so physically tired as a hitter, there's nothing you can do about it. Maybe if he opens up, we'll see what happens here.
Pulls it sharp.
There it is.
There it is. Base hit. Reggie Jackson will turn at third. Reggie Smith up with the ball. And the throw goes across to third as Reggie Jackson scores from second base, and the Yankees lead 5-3. Lou Piniella made the turn at second and kept right on going and went in at third base. With 1 out, Chris Chambliss delivers a single to right and delivers a run. The Yankees with a couple of base hits in this inning, plus the walk to Reggie Jackson. Now Greg Nettles is up there. Nettles has grounded to second and singled and scored a run. Yankees now have 9 hits off Tommy John. Elias Sosa is in the Dodger bullpen. And the pitch is off the plate. Ball 1.
Keith, that hit has to give Chris Chambliss some lift. Did the late Gil Hodges, when he managed you, ever tell you what they did for him in Brooklyn?
No. John to Nettles, outside.
He had this long siege during the World Series, never got a hit. The crowd responded with nothing but cheers for him. And in his local parish, they gave a prayer for Gil to get a hit.
Nettles swings through the pitch and misses. It's 2-1. Tom Lasorda fouling around the Dodger dugout. Billy Martin sitting across the way, looking anxious. The Yankees leading by 2, 5-3. Nettles fouls it away, and it's 2-2. Lou Piniella at third, Chris Chambliss at first. 1 run is in.
The Yankees showing the fans something tonight. Out of all the controversy, they broke from the barrier with 3 quickies. Dodgers tied it up. Seem to have momentum going their way, and now
Nettles strikes out. That's 2, and Bucky Dent will be the hitter.
Big out for Tommy John, but the point I was making now, they have rebuilt a 2-run lead. So they're showing something of their grit tonight.
Pitch is low to Bucky Dent. It's kind of different, though, to see the Yankees pecking away as Mike Torres walks out to the on-deck circle, scratching for the runs, getting them, but still squeezing them, scratching and clawing for them outside. The pitch to Dent, whereas the Dodgers have used the long ball.
Well, the Yankees, especially in this inning, the base on balls and then a ball off of Tommy John's glove. And Chris just did hit that ball in the hole. You'll see a lot of ground balls off of Tommy John.
It is low. It has 3 balls and no strikes now to Bucky Dent. And Sosa throwing with purpose now in the Dodger bullpen. Walked him. The bases are loaded. I suppose with the pitcher coming, Tommy figured he might try to tease Dent rather than give him a strike to hit. Tommy is now getting a visit from the manager, Tom Lasorda, with Mike Torres at the plate.
I don't think Tommy John wanted to give Dent anything there to hit. Not at all. You get a runner at third base, another hit. You're going to go down 6-3, and he knows he's got 2 outs with the pitcher coming up next. You know, he just has to bow his neck. Tommy Lasorda in that situation is go out there and give his pitcher a little bit of confidence. You know, tell him that he agrees with him possibly about walking and pitching around Bucky Dent. Go ahead and go bow your neck hard and go after this hitter. Get out of this inning with just 1 run.
Torres swings and misses for strike 1.
Quite a swing, wasn't it? A foot a minute.
But all he's got to do is get it on the ball, and if he bumps it out into beyond the infield, who knows? He's helped himself. How much? 1, maybe 2. Strike 2 called, as Mike said. Wait a minute. Big Rainbow caught the outside corner.
Torres didn't like the call at all.
Got him. So, the Yankees scratch away and get 1 more run and lead the Dodgers after 4.5, 5-3.
There's this big argument going on about light beer from Miller.
Right.
Some guys argue the best thing about it that it's less filling. Well, that's true. It has a third less calories than their regular beer. Other guys say the best thing about it is its great taste.
Here, here.
I feel very strongly both ways. After all, I'm not the kind of a guy who ever gets into an argument.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
A woman's work is never through, but there's far more to you than the work you do. So, come on, let your other half live. We're AMF. We make what it takes to lift your spirits and widen your sights. We make quality products like Roadmaster bicycles, Sunfish sailboats, Head tennis rackets, skis, and sportswear. AMF. We make weekends.
Sir, excuse me. You just bought a new maintenance-free Firestone Forever battery. How come?
Well, the warranty. You see, if this battery ever fails to hold a charge for the original owner, that's me, in the car in which it was originally installed, right here, Firestone will replace it free with proof of purchase, provided it's not merely discharged or damaged due to accident or abuse. Oh, and I don't even have to put in water. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it sure does.
The Forever battery, now maintenance-free.
2 unbeaten top 10 teams, Texas against Arkansas. Outstanding NCAA college football tomorrow on ABC.
There's Yogi Berra in the Yankee dugout. Used to be my manager over the New York Mets. And Yogi's a grandfather today. Florence Francine Berra, wife of Larry's son. And his son Larry, little girl, grandfather today.
Looking at Yogi, Don Newcomb came into the ballpark today and he said, "Hey, Howard, 30 years I've known you. Why did you say the other night that Yogi hit me every time I looked at him?" I said, "Well, what did he do?" He said, "Well, he owned me." I said, "Well, that's what I said."
Line score in the ball game. Yankees 3 in the first inning. Dodgers tied it up on Dusty Baker's home run bottom of the third. Yankees scratched out a run in the fourth and again in the fifth. The Yankees lead 5-3 on 9 hits. And the Dodgers will come to the plate now. In the bottom of the fifth inning with Bill Russell, Reggie Smith, and Ron Say. Steve Garvey would be the fourth man. Mike Torres pitching for New York. Russell beats it on the ground to Bucky Dent, who throws him out. Bill Russell is 0 for 3, going short to first as Bucky Dent made the play, and here comes Reggie Smith. Smith has singled and scored. One of them was on base. In fact, the lead runner when Baker hit the home run.
Wielding a good bat. Started to hit well. The Yankees in the Dodgers' victory over the Yankees at Yankee Stadium.
Outside, ball 1.
Homer, double, not too bad.
The third game of the 1977 World Series. 3 of them in a row at Dodger Stadium, then back to New York if they're needed. Yankees leading here 5-3 on a warm, summer-like evening.
He had the look of a fine player when he came up with the Red Sox originally, but had deep personal problems.
Inside. He got a little mad yesterday, ball 3, 3-0.
Boy.
A couple of reporters wanted to talk about his troubles in Boston some time back, and Reggie got a little hot over it.
He did.
I don't blame him. All 4.
That was only about
10 years ago.
10 years ago is all.
Wrong. Then he went to St. Louis. Did very well. Did very poorly. Got traded. Kind of a checkered career.
Ron Say coming to the plate. This program an exclusive presentation of ABC Sports. Let's pause 5 seconds to allow our local stations to identify themselves. Ron Say, the Dodger cleanup hitter, third baseman, has walked and hit a fly ball to center field. Might have gone through, but for the speed of Mickey Rivers on the play. Reggie Smith off first, the pitch to Say, checks and takes ball 1. Torres throwing hard.
Yeah, 93 miles an hour on that pitch. That's the remark I was about to make. Still buzzing the ball in there. Yep.
Ball 2.
Can't pitch behind. You get in the middle of this lineup against the Dodgers, Smith and Say and Garvey and Baker. You can't pitch behind. 4 straight pitches walked Reggie Smith. 2-0 here. You can't give these good hitters that much of an advantage. They're too strong.
3 balls and no strikes.
He's doing it.
He got Bill Russell on a grounder to short, and now having walked Reggie Smith and gone to 3-0 on Ron Say, that gets Billy Martin out of the dugout in a hurry, and it'll get some action in the Yankee bullpen, probably Dick Tidrow.
You know what a pitcher does here, Keith? A lot of times get into problems. He knows he's behind a big hitter, a guy like a Say or a Garvey. He gets behind him 2-0. Then he knows he has to make that perfect pitch. He has to lay it on that corner. There's Tidrow in the Yankee bullpen getting loose. And as a result, you find a lot of pitchers they'll try and aim the ball, almost like they're throwing darts to home plate, and then they take so much off the ball and make such bad mistakes. You just can't pitch behind when you're on the ball.
And you must never aim the ball. That was the point Koufax always used to make, Tom. He said, what made me a great pitcher was I learned to just throw the ball and never try to aim it.
It's one of the biggest faults that a pitcher can have. 3-0 pitch to Ronsay, and the cripple is in. It's 3-1 with Steve Garvey waiting on deck, and then you'll have Busty Baker. 1 out, and Reggie Smith on first base.
I guarantee if he gets that same pitch again, he'll be spinning. You watch those hips, they'll be spinning out of there.
He wins it, but it's playable. High fly ball to left center, and Piniella comes across in front of Rivers to make the play. Reggie Smith back to first base. That's 2 out. Now it's Steve Garvey.
He's 1 for 2, and what a shot he hit. Right past Torres and right through Randolph. Nobody saw the thing.
He's done that to me a couple of times, Howard. It's not much fun.
He has great power right up the middle, doesn't he? He just zing you with it.
He's got good power in the alleys. He can pull the ball to left field, left center. He's got good power to right center. He's really strong.
In the first year of a 6-year contract with the Dodgers. Hits it sharply, but gets a big bounce for Greg Nettles, who throws it a little bit high, and he's safe. He beat it up. The ball went spinning into the air, and by the time it came down to Greg Nettles, Garvey had churned it out.
And here comes Dusty Baker. That was one of those balls that's so hard for the third baseman to play. Look out again. Try to make the judgment. You come in on it, you let it play you.
Well, he waited for that second bounce, and by that time, Garvey was there. And with 2 out and 2 on, the batter, as you said, is Mr. Baker. 2 for 2, a 3-run homer, and a single. Get on the ground to Nettles. Goes to second, and they get him. And so Mike Torres escapes as the Dodgers threaten but can't break through, and it remains Yankees 5-3. Back with more after this word from our local stations.
Saturday, Starsky and Hutch probe the killing of a friend and discover his secret life.
How could he have been gay without my knowing it?
Then the Love Boat sails with Milton Berle, Bill Bixby, Charo, and Three's Company's Audra Lindley. Right after Starsky and Hutch.
Tomorrow, starting at 9, 8 Central and Mountain on ABC.
The details on the 2 pitchers in tonight's ball game so far. And you can see the edge belongs to Mike Torres. On total pitches, he, however, has thrown the greater number, hasn't he?
No. Tommy John, 94 to 85.
So at one point, John had thrown 4 less pitches, and now he has thrown more, 94 to 85. Elias Sosa has been up and down in the Dodger bullpen now as Tommy John comes out to face the top of the Yankee order, Mickey Rivers, Willie Randolph, and Thurman Munson. And it's strike 1 to Mickey. Rivers with a pair of doubles and has rolled out to the second baseman. But that ground out got him an RBI. This time he taps it to Davy Lopes, and he's out. Now Willie Randolph, the Yankee second baseman.
He had 3 for 9 in the series coming into this game. He's 0 for 2 with a base on balls in the second inning.
Defensive alignment gives him left center. That's where the gap in the outfield is. John is outside with the first pitch for ball 1. To the shortstop, Russell. Got him.
Well, that's Tommy John. That's the way Tommy John pitches right there. Ground ball to the second baseman, a ground ball to the shortstop. He is one of the most frustrating pitchers you'd ever hit against in your entire life. He'll go through a game and have 20 ground outs. Infielders get their work. Against me, the outfielders get their work, running all over the outfield.
Remember the game you pitched against the Dodgers, 3-2 on Lopes, opening that back home run?
Opening the game right here in Dodger Stadium. Little guys get good power to right center field.
Those he can surprise you.
Thurman Munson double, scored a run, struck out swinging, grounded out short to first. Swing and a miss on the sinker. The defensive gap in the outfield is also in left center for Munson, who has a tendency, unless he can pull the ball and knows he's going to take a shot at getting around on it, we'll just right it up the middle, sometimes to right center. One ball and 2 strikes now. 55,992 tonight's attendance. That is an all-time record at Dodger Stadium. As you look down on it from our camera aboard the helicopter. Munson swings and misses, striking out. And so Tommy John blows the Yankees away in the top of the 6th inning. 3 in a row, and it's 5-3 Yankees after 5 1/2.
Hi, I'm Tom T. Hall, here to tell you about Chevy value for 1978. It includes 2 steel walls in vital areas. We'd like to show you where. 2 steel walls in the hood, in the fenders. 2 steel walls in the tailgate, and in the body. 2 steel walls.
Hope it clears the fence.
Like your GM car?
Yeah.
Want to keep that great GM feeling?
We sure do.
Then shake hands with Mr. Goodwrench. He's dedicated to improved customer care at more than 6,000 participating GM dealers.
You want
There's the story on tonight's attendance, 55,992. The previous crowd record had been 55,989. The Yankees in 2 games at Yankee Stadium with the Dodgers at 113,359. That's a total of 169,351 in 3 games.
And as you look at your screen, another quick reminder. The great Gruner died today, playing golf over in Spain. There'll be an ABC News special, Bing Crosby Memorial, a half hour in each time zone after all local news shows.
For the Dodgers, Rick Mundy, Steve Yeager, and Tommy John. The bottom third of the order. It's ball 1. Yankees have Mundy set up defensively straight away. 2 balls, no strikes.
Now, John has thrown 102 pitches through 6 innings. That'll come out to about 140 to 150.
If he can pitch 9 innings.
Right.
Sure, he doesn't throw that many normally.
Torres is in the same general area, slightly below that last pitch at 93 miles an hour. What do you average? You're a strikeout pitcher.
High fly ball to left field. Piniella backs up. Right on the edge of the warning track, makes the catch for out number 1.
Now, Howard, a strikeout pitcher, is going to throw a few more pitches in the game. And Tommy's way above his average. I would say Tommy John average would be probably 100, 105, 110. I'll average anywhere from 125 to 135 pitches a game because of the, getting more strikeouts, throwing more pitches, obviously. Tommy's a ground ball pitcher. A lot of hitters hit the first pitch, ground ball to the second baseman, ground ball to the shortstop.
Steve Yeager at the plate now. We're waiting to see who might come out of the dugout. If it's Tommy John, it is. Or is it?
I think that's Ed Goodson.
It is Ed Goodson, yes. So Tommy John is going to leave us with Charlie Huff now in the Dodger bullpen. He's been there before with Elias Sosa. Pitch to Steve Yeager now. Foul tips it into the glove, and it's a count of 1-1 with Goodson on deck.
That's it. Goodson on deck. That Bing Crosby Memorial show tonight is a half an hour after the game. The Eastern and Central time zones. It's at 11:30 in the Pacific.
Yeager hits it up the middle. Sinking liner drops for a base hit. Base hit number 7 for the Dodgers off Mike Torres. With 1 out, Ed Goodson was in the on-deck circle. He has now gone back. And I believe it's Dick Davalillo, isn't it?
Yep.
So Vic Davalillo, who was such a dramatic personality in that big ball game in Philadelphia.
That was just a week ago today. It seems a century ago.
A manager will do that on the bench, Keith. He'll send somebody out. Say, all right, Goody. Tommy Lasorda will tell Ed Goodson, go out, get loose, get on bench. I mean, get on the index circle, you're going to hit. He says to Davalillo, says, you're going to hit if Yeager gets a base hit, so get yourself ready. So Davalillo was probably down getting himself ready. There's Charlie Huff in the Dodger bullpen. He'll have two guys. He'll have one guy to hit with nobody on base. He'll have another hitter to hit. If the hitter preceding them, like Yeager, gets the base hit, gets on first base.
Vic Davalillo, who was in the Mexican League and got a call when Rick Mundy was having trouble in center field. They needed him for insurance. He came up and he played well. Tommy John out of the ball game. Davalillo takes a strike. Yeager on first base. Edge is off with one away. Yankees leading 5-3. Dodgers batting bottom of the sixth. 1-1.
They're really respecting Davalillo's ability to pull the ball. Chambliss, of course, back behind the runner, Yeager at first. They don't want to give him that big hole over there on the right side.
Randolph well over two. Gets it on the ground right at Willie Randolph. Shovels over to Dent for one. Over to first. No, safe. Throw pulled Chris Chambliss off the bag.
I'll tell you, that Randolph got rid of that ball beautifully. Watch the runner coming in now, the second in this replay, Tom.
Yeager's a big guy, a strong, muscular fella. He's going to go after the second baseman. That's a shortstop lucky deal. That's a good clean slide. Looks like it hit the spikes a little bit.
So Davalillo is alive on the fielder's choice as they fail to complete the double play with two out now. It's the top of the order for Davy Lopes in a 5-3 ball game, Yankees leading. And Charlie Huff expected to be the next Dodger pitcher. Dick Tidrow has been throwing in the Yankee pen. Lopes fouls it off for strike one. The Dodgers have had one big blow in the ball game. 3-run homer by Dusty Baker. Back at the bottom of the third. The Yankees have been pecking away. Double here, single there. Use the walk. Strike two on Davy Lopes.
93 miles an hour on that pitch. This is the fella that Tom and I were talking about, with the occasional power that will surprise you.
Way ahead here, 0-2. Watch Thurman move around, give him a good sign.
Taps it to the pitcher. Torres throws him out, and the inning is over. And so after 6 complete innings of play at Dodger Stadium, the Yankees, 5 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. The Dodgers, 3 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error.
You are watching 2 automatic typewriters in action. One is the best known. The other can automatically type in both directions at the rate of up to 350 words per minute. The automatic typewriter that's twice as fast is made by Xerox. That's right, Xerox.
Ten years ago, no one knew me. I was part of the famous no-name defense. Then we built our reputation by being fast. Now, I don't want to lose that. I drink light beer from Miller because it doesn't fill me up, has a third less calories than a regular beer, and it tastes great. Now, everyone knows me.
Hey, I know you. You're,
Nick Bonacani.
No, that's not it.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
You know us.
One of us is Ray.
And the other is Bob, but nobody knows which is which.
And that's why we both carry the American Express card.
Well, it means that when we go out together with our wives to a good restaurant, at the end of the evening, I show this to my wife, and she knows who to go home with.
Ray.
No, Bob. My.
That's a mistake.
To apply for a card, look for this display wherever the card is welcomed.
The American Express card.
Don't leave home without it.
Game 4 of the World Series tomorrow at 4 Eastern Time on ABC.
Dodger Stadium in Chavez Ravine, just a few minutes from downtown Los Angeles, glittering on a soft evening as we look down on it from the camera aboard the helicopter. And in to pitch for the Los Angeles Dodgers, knuckleballer Charlie Huff.
How many knuckleballers are there in the American League, Tom? Do you know?
I don't know. I think Keith knows. Keith did more big games in the American League.
Well, Keith would tell you Dutch Leonard, Roger Wolf, Johnny Nicklin. All right, here's how the Yankees were structured. Pinella by way of trade from Kansas City. Mickey Rivers in the big trade Tom mentioned earlier from the Angels. Reggie Jackson, the free agent, big money, a lot of controversy there. Greg Nettles, trade from Cleveland. Bucky Dent, trade, the White Sox. A lot of money involved there as Oscar Gamble went over. Willie Randolph, the unsung one, in a trade with the Bucks. Chambliss, trade with Cleveland.
Jackson.
Munson from the farm. And so you can see that this team was structured differently. They didn't come with farm origination through the long developmental process that the Dodgers employ. Gabe Paul restructured this team with key trades, including the acquisition of Mike Torres.
That guy with a funny hairdo must have a lot of money. He shows up everywhere. Curveball. Well, I'm not going to say curveball. That's that dancer, the knuckler from Charlie Huff that's liable to curve all over the joint. Steve Yeager boxing it around. It's strike one on Reggie Jackson. Wilbur Wood and an occasional knuckle curve from Steve Mendori of Kansas City are the only knucklers I can come up with in the American League, as Reggie Jackson finds out back in the crowd. So it is obvious the Yankees have not looked at very many knuckleballs this season, or last season. You can see how Steve Yeager has changed gloves now. He's gone for the oversized glove. Pillow is what it is.
Just bad if that ball doesn't come up there.
Well, I looked at enough knuckle curves from Bert Hooton.
Different pitch, though. It doesn't dance around like this one. Huff started the ball game about a week before the end of the season, trying to get him straightened out. He was great for them in the early going first half of the year, tailed off and was rather ineffective in the second half of the season. Reggie fouls it back. It's 1-2. Now, we've been talking about 93, 94 miles an hour by Mike Torres.
Well, you hear this.
Charlie Huff will get it up there in a hefty 68 to 70, and on that last pitch, 73 miles an hour. But once in a while, we'll throw you a fastball, and he just struck out Reggie Jackson on a blazing 69-mile-an-hour fastball.
They are not much fun to hit against. Bill Nico in our league, the National League, probably has the best knuckleball in the business right now. He struck out 250-some-odd batters in the National League this year.
And he can throw a week. He just keeps coming and stays out there, and good pitcher. We saw him once this season on Monday Night Baseball, and he had a heck of a ball game. 1 out. Yankees are leading 5-3.
I was
now,
kidding.
Lou Pinella gets a look at the dancer.
I was kidding before, of course, Keith, but at one time, the then Washington Symbols had 4 knuckles. Look at that.
Yeah. Where did it go? Yeah, they had, who was it? Goodness sakes, Marino Peretti was one of them, wasn't he? Marino Peretti.
They had Dutch Leonard, Roger Wolf, Johnny Nicklin, people like that.
Yep. That one's low. 1-1. They line up on Pinella pretty much straight away in the outfield. Now 1-2. Lou spinning around in the batter's box. He worked in 13 of the Dodgers' first 20 games, had 3 wins and 6 saves in the early part of the year. High fly ball lifted into short left field for Bill Russell, the shortstop. Drifting back to make the catch. You've got 2 out.
You know, Keith, it's funny about Charlie Huff. He did have a super first half. You know, the Dodgers did jump out, won 22 of their first 26 ball games, and he was very instrumental in it. In the first half, he was super.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, you know, he went bad. He soured, and they really started to get on him here. They were booing him badly. It was really some adventure.
Chris Chambliss up now. Fouls it back. While they were waiting for the next hitter to come up, Larry McCoy, the American League umpire, and Steve Yeager were standing there laughing and talking. Billy Martin doesn't think anything's funny with that knuckler dancing around out there. Only a 2-run lead. But it's probably the first time, I guess, that McCoy has seen a knuckler. Dodger dugout, Jerry Grody, catcher, and Tom Lasorda.
Chris steps out. Oh, come on. Strike two.
Couldn't hit it anyway.
That's right. Up the middle, Russell at the bag. Got to hurry. Got it. So Charlie Huff comes in with his dancing knuckleball and gets the Yankees in order in the top of the seventh. 5-3 New York.
Hey, switch to the rich one. Foamy. Get the rich one. Foamy. Foamy. Switch to the thick one. Foamy. Get the thick one. Foamy. Foamy. Shave with the rich one. Foamy. With the rich one. Foamy. Foamy. Shave with the thick one. Foamy. With the thick one. Foamy. Foamy. Get into the thick of it. Foamy. Get a shave that's clean, close, smooth. Foamy. Foamy. Switch to the rich one. Shave with the thick one. Foamy. Foamy. By Gillette.
I'm Jim McKay for the digital Tough Enough to Be a Timex. Timex Marathon. We strapped it to Otis Sistrom to prove how tough it is. Timex Marathon shows the time all the time, without pushing a button. Built solid to keep running, and just look at the kind of punishment it can take. Timex Marathon, the digital Tough Enough for Timex.
And Otis Sistrom.
Such a simple miracle. In every glass of Gallo Premium wine, like hearty Burgundy, you can see the sun because Gallo cares. In every glass, you can see the good earth because Gallo cares. In every glass, the round and lovely grape because Gallo cares. You can see and taste the care that Ernest and Giulio Gallo take. Go with the good wine. Go with Gallo Hearty Burgundy.
Defensive change now for the Yankees. Paul Blair is in right field, replacing Reggie Jackson.
Well, I wonder what's going through manager's mind and Reggie's mind at this moment.
I think we'll have another outburst tomorrow because it's like Barry Hartman.
Soap opera every day, all year long. Look at that doubleheader tomorrow, Keith.
Undefeated Texas at Arkansas at 12:30 Eastern Time, followed by game number 4 in the World Series at 4 Eastern Time. Now for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 7th inning. Mike Torres delivers a strike to Bill Russell, followed by Reggie Smith, then Ron Cey. Russell hitless in 3 trips in the game tonight. Short shot right at Greg Nettles. Oh, hit it on the nose, but Greg was right there.
Well, it proved out for Martin when he benched Jackson for defensive reasons in the final game against Kansas City. As Greg isolate on him. Let's see it again.
Well, it was hit pretty hard. It's not going to take very long for that replay.
Good work, Chester 40.
Here's Reggie Smith now for the Dodgers. Single, a walk, tap to Nettles. Inside, ball 1. Preston Gomez at third, coaching for the Dodgers. Jim Gilliam at first. Fouled away.
Torres has given up 7 hits, 3 of them in the 3rd inning. In that inning, Reggie singled, Darby singled, and Dusty Baker hit the home run that tied the game at 3. Other than that, he's pitched effective.
Just low. It's 2-1 to Smith. Scheduled pitchers tomorrow: Ron Guidry, left-hander for the Yankees; Doug Rao, left-hander for the Dodgers. But I wouldn't be surprised to see a Dodger change. Strike 2. Possibly Don Sutton, if the Yankees win the game tonight.
That's the it. Long way to go yet.
Lyle and Tidrow now in the New York bullpen. 2-2. Struck him out. So Mike Torres continues very effectively as he fans Reggie Smith, and now will pitch to Ron Cey.
6 strikeouts for Mike.
Billy Martin will watch him closely.
from here on. Say checks, and it is foul. Bounces up in the crowd, and they boot it right back onto the field. Somebody scrambles out to get it. A little mistake here with this group, Say, Garvey, Baker, they will lose it. High fly ball into relatively short center field for Mickey Rivers. And so Mike Torres continues to sail along as the Yankees lead the Dodgers after 7-5-3. Back with more baseball after this word from our local stations.
Saturday, the little fishes flip out when Fish gets a job guarding a rock star.
Upstairs. I'm gonna go live with a black family.
Then the pink sub rescues Mickey's brother.
Girls, I must have died and gone to heaven.
And he's sub lover. Operation Petticoat after Fish.
Tomorrow starting at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
Quickly recapping what has happened in the ball game. First inning, Yankees, Rivers a double, Munson a double, Jackson a single, Piniella a single. Yankees for the Dodger era 3-0. The Dodgers came back in the third. Smith single, Garvey single, Baker a home run to tie it 3-3. The Yankees came back in the fourth to pick up a run to go back ahead 4-3. They got another run in the fifth inning, and now they lead 5-3 with Charlie Huff on in relief of Tommy John, pitching to Greg Nettles, followed by Bucky Dent and Mike Torres. Tommy John, who started the ball game, and the book on John, sitting there with Don Sutton, swing and a miss by Nettles for strike one. The book on Tommy, 6 innings, 4 earned runs, 9 hits. He struck out 7, walked 3, and hit 1. Nettles fouls it off, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Charlie Huff, knuckleballer.
Not wasting any time with it. Every pitch right in there, flutters away from it. Who in your league hits the knuckleball well? You know, Tom?
I don't know of anybody who likes to hit off a knuckleball, Girard. Or who hits it exceptionally well. It's a very difficult pitch to hit.
The Brooklyn Dodgers once had a guy who did, Duke Snyder.
Count of 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Greg Nettles. Inside, it's full at 3-2. There was a time when it appeared this might be the first World Series in history where it would be played on artificial turf. Had it been Philadelphia, Kansas City, but didn't turn out that way. So the World Series in '77 being played on real grass in both ballparks.
It might get us no.
Pitches foul back here.
Almost had my first souvenir.
Munson and
hi, Mom. Mike Torres saying hi to his mom with Thurman Munson.
Well, Mike was down signing, autographing baseball. There's the knuckleball hit well to right. Reggie Smith one-hands it. Nice play. Sinking liner hit by Greg Nettles off the knuckler. Reached up around the eyes and didn't quite get enough of it. And Reggie Smith, coming in a hurry, reaches low and comes up with it.
Catch.
And now it is Bucky Dent. Strike. Ball is hit to left. Dusty Baker has to come, loses his cap, one-hands it. 2 out.
Dusty got a slow start, Tom. Slightly misjudged the ball. Thought it was going further than it did, but him on in. That's how he lost his cap.
Except for this man coming to the plate now, Mike Torres, every other Yankee has been on base at least once tonight. Duckler is stroked out into left center field and over in a hurry. Flag it down, one base. So the Yankees go in order in the top of the 8th inning, and they lead 5-3.
We'll be in insurance fix our chimney?
Sure, after we plow through the paperwork.
It's different with Allstate.
What's different?
We have the world's largest team of claims specialists.
Don't worry about a thing.
They settle most claims like this without estimates.
No problem.
Allstate specialists are interested in you, not paperwork.
I'll call the contractor today.
Oh.
That was easy. When it takes being different to be better, Allstate will do it.
That's a promise from us, the Good Hands people.
Enjoying the trip in your GM car?
Oh, yeah.
Want to keep that great GM feeling?
Oh, you bet.
Then shake hands with Mr. Goodwrench. He's dedicated to improved customer care at more than 6,000 participating GM dealers.
You want genuine GM parts. You want your car fixed right on time. That's what I want, too. Caring about your GM car helps keep me in business.
Keep that great GM feeling with genuine GM parts.
I'm Kathy Davis, model. I'm Jan Jordan, actress.
I'm Debbie Shelton, Miss USA 1970.
I'm Mickey Mantle, executive.
Mickey's very successful.
And he looks it.
He uses a natural conditioner every day. Brill cream, regular or anti-dandruff.
So his hair looks healthy, alive.
Naturally terrific.
Tell him, Mick.
Brill cream, a little dab will do ya. For men who use their heads about their hair.
Two unbeaten top 10 teams, Texas against Arkansas. Outstanding NCAA college football tomorrow on ABC.
Junior, coaching at first base for the Dodgers.
He's been through a lot of these. He came up with the Dodgers in '53. He was Rookie of the Year. His job to supplant Jackie Robinson at second base. What shoes to fill. But he did it. Jackie moved over to third and helped Jim grow as a ball player. And through all of the years, he was an exceptional ball player.
They went down to Baltimore. Fresco Thompson, I think it was, and Spencer Harris went down to Baltimore to scout somebody else, and they had this little guy out there that hit home runs, played second base, shortstop, third base. They got him for a $50 bus ticket.
Switch hitter.
For the Dodgers, in the bottom of the 8th inning, Steve Garvey, Dusty Baker, Rick Monday. Mike Garman is now up in the bullpen if they should have to hit for the pitcher. Garvey fouls it off. Strike one. Steve Garvey in the ball game tonight has singled twice and scored 1 run. So he's 2 for 3. Torres goes away from him, and it's 1-1. Tidrow and Lyle in the Yankee bullpen. You can see it's a warm night. So both pens are ready. Garvey swings. Misses. It's 1-2.
He is making some fine pitches. Billy Martin knows he's down in Sparky Lyle time. Bottom of the 8th inning. He does get in trouble.
Garvey hits it up the middle, fly ball. Mickey Rivers holds his ground and makes the catch. That's 1 out. Kind of interesting. Mike Torres today indicating that he might like to go pitch for the Red Sox, declaring he will go to the marketplace after the season's over. 1976, he had a 1-year contract at Oakland. He got away from Charlie Finley. He'd forgotten that Torres was a 6-year man and signed him for only 1, so Mike escaped.
His agent's been asking for $500,000. The Yankees have shelled out so much money already, they're not disposed to do that.
Dusty Baker takes low, ball 1.
Torres, by the way, has been very close to Reggie Jackson ever since he joined the Yankees and has been one of Jackson's prime supporters on the ballcourt.
That's on the corner. 1-1. Still up above 90 miles an hour. 93 on the Judge gun, that pitch.
Oh, boy.
1-2.
Not only is he bringing it up there at 93 miles an hour, he's making fine pitches on the corner. He's hit that outside corner on both Garvey and Baker.
That ball is fouled to the right side. It'll go back into the stands. It's pretty much a shirt sleeve crowd tonight in Los Angeles. 3 of Baker's hits, 11 at bat, 1 of them the home run.
Counting for the 3 Dodger runs, and that pitch bounces.
I can see Thurman back there. He's really being a general. Telling him, get the ball down. He's moving around, giving a good target behind home plate. Telling the pitcher to get his arm up.
Tom, what I like about Munson is his directness and his honesty. He told us today, remember? He said, except for 2 hanging sliders, Catfish Hunter did not pitch badly. And he said, maybe it was my fault, he said. I was calling for too many non-fastballs because he had good velocity on his pitch. So maybe it was my fault, which is the kind of guy Munson is, which relates to your calling him a top field champion.
I really enjoyed the lunch with him today. Thurman and Howard, there's Billy Martin in his dugout with his bullpen at work down there behind the right fielder. I really enjoyed lunch with him today.
Count has gone full now on Dusty Baker. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The last 2 pitches by Torres have been in the dirt. And Yogi Berra on the phone, I'm sure, to the bullpen to find out if the folks are ready down there.
Not to the new granddaughter.
3-2 pitch, Baker. Strikes out.
Dusty doesn't know he's out. Look at this. Dusty doesn't know he's out. He can't believe it. Umpire did call him out. It was a good pitch. He didn't hear the call, evidently. Now watch. Right on the outside corner. Good pitch by Torres. He went all the way around.
All the way around. No
big
question.
Swing at it.
Who is he kidding? Trotting to first.
A little larceny in his mind, do you think?
Petty, not grand.
They don't really, at this point, for the home folks, ask how, but just how many. Wheedle one, take it, I guess. Rick Mundy, the batter. Mundy has struck out twice, once swinging, once looking, and hit a fly ball to left field. Ball 1 to him. He has a chiropractor with him practically every day. Help ease some of the pain. Bouncer to Chambliss, first base. He'll do it himself. And as Chambliss came over, his foot slipped off the bag, and Rick Mundy went down tumbling.
Chambliss quick to apologize to him. Mundy understands, and the smile evidences the fact.
Well, that was a mistake on the play at first base.
So Rick tumbles down. Now watch, Chris. His foot will slip across the bag. He just wanted to hit the inside part of it. You see that he lost the grip on the bag, and they tangled feet. Mundy went down, but he's all right. So the score continues after 8, 5-3 Yankees.
I'd like you to meet the Landon family at home. I took their pictures with my little Kodak Tele-Instamatic 608 camera. It was like having 2 cameras in one pocket, because it takes big, colorful pictures 2 ways. Telephoto and normal. Look, here's my wife, Lynn, and daughter, Shauna. Normal, and Shauna, telephoto. Here's Mike Jr., Christopher, Leslie, and Shauna, normal, and Christopher, telephoto. Make the most of the times of your life. Own your own Kodak Tele-Instamatic camera.
AMF presents All Work and No Play makes another dull day. You've got to work to live. But if you live to work, you're only living half a life. AMF says, go, recreate, let your other half live. We make Crestliner boats, Roadmaster bicycles, Harley-Davidson motorcycles. We make weekends. And weekends make work a lot easier to live with.
See what's new today. It's Good News America, Chevy's new size Malibu. Good news about size, good news about room, good news about styling too.
Chevrolet's new size Malibu is just full of good news about room and ride and comfort and EPA mileage estimates. And that's a lot of good news.
It's Good News America, Chevy's new size Malibu. Chevy's new size Malibu.
Bing died today. He was in Spain. He died on the golf course playing one of the games he loved. One of the most beloved of all Americans, an institution. ABC News will be doing a special called Bing Crosby a Memorial tonight, 1/2 hour after the game, following local news in Eastern, Central, and Mountain Time, and at 11:30 Pacific Time.
Top of the ninth inning. Top of the order for the Yankees. Mickey Rivers, Willie Randolph, and Thurman Munson. And Rivers hits the knuckleball up the middle for a base hit. Takes a big turn at first and hangs on as Monday brings it back in.
First guy to get to Huff. First guy, Tom. Mickey, 3 for 5 on the evening, had gone 0 for 10. So he's now 3 for 15 on the series.
Bing once had a piece of the Pittsburgh Pirates, didn't he?
Yes, an officer and director of the Pirates.
I don't think many people would know that.
Willie Randolph now for the Yankees.
As Bob Hope, another great sportsman, and of course, extremely dear friend of Bing's, is an owner in the Indians.
Thurman Munson in the on-deck circle. Top of the ninth inning. Yankees leading 5-3. Rivers off first. And Randolph shortening up. Billy Martin would like to have one more here.
Get one more run here going to the ninth inning. Bottom of the ninth, get ahead 6-3. Billy be in pretty good shape.
Dodgers have the bottom of the order coming up in the bottom of the ninth inning.
A lot of things that Billy can do here. You know, he's got good speed at first. He's got good speed at home base. And Willie Randolph, he can bunt, he can hit and run, he can steal, he can fake a bunt. There's a lot of things that he can do in this situation.
And a knuckleballer on the mound. They call a strike on him. First base umpire Jerry Dale said yes. As Yeager asked for the appeal at first and got the call. He tried to bunt that ball.
Sure, he went after that. Sure. Sure he did. Nice work on the camera, guys.
1-1. The count on Willie Randolph.
I think they're going to get something going here. I think Billy's going to do something. He hasn't used his speed very much. I think he's going to try something.
Let's watch this closely and see if we can watch those fingers of Huff's as he throws that.
Fouled that away and right into the glove of Steve Yeager. That big pillow Stever's got. And it's 1-2. When you've got a knuckler, the job of the catcher is so difficult. He's not only got to catch the thing first, then he's got to throw it, realizing the fact that it does not come to the plate all that swiftly, so the base runner conceivably could get a pretty decent jump on it. Lob over to first.
Knuckleball's a funny pitch. I don't really know where the terminology came from, but it's gripped by the fingertips. On the fingertips, the first two fingers of the right hand. You don't really put your knuckles into it.
In a few years, you'll be trying it.
Little pop. Mundy's there in short center. Makes the catch. 1 out. Now it'll be Thurman Munson with Mickey Rivers on first base. In the top of the ninth inning, and New York leading 5-3, trying to take a 2-1 lead in the series. They split in Yankee Stadium. They play 3 here, then go back to Yankee Stadium for the final 2 if needed.
I think you're going to see something. Still think you're going to see something, Keith. Thurman is a very good hit and run man. You still got a knuckleball pitcher on the mound. Good speed at first base. Big hole on the right side. Lopes is way over to the right.
Not yet. Knuckler bends Thurman away a little bit. Steve Yeager goes to the mound. There was another little piece of baseball news drifting around Southern California today. A former Dodger executive, Buzzy Babese, who has been down at San Diego. A conversation that Buzzy might be brought into the Angels organization.
He can help any team. I don't know what happened at San Diego, but there is no better, quote, no better executive in baseball in my book than Buzzy Babese.
On that last pitch, Yeager called for a pitch out, didn't get it. So that's why he went to the mound to get his sign straightened out.
Hey, Charlie.
He says, when I jump out there, I want the ball out there in case that runner's going.
Buzzy was part and parcel of the development of the Dodgers and their maintenance of excellence through all of the years. He's another of those, reared by Mr. Rickey.
There it is.
Threw it out that time.
Well, now we got our sign straight. We got to get the Yankees to cooperate, though.
2 balls, no strikes on Thurman Munson.
This is a good situation to do something here, if you go by the books.
If you go by the books.
Thurman Very good back control.
He's the guy, this is the pitch he'll want to hit right through that hole into right, as you suggested.
2-0. Outside. 3-0.
Not when it's thrown that way.
Tom Lasorda. Evening hasn't been pleasant, has it, Thomas? Not since the first inning, as a matter of fact, except for a brief moment in the bottom of the third. Strike call. 3-1 now. The third instead around talking to Larry McCoy as you see Paul Blair on deck.
You want to put yourself in a World Series position and be a pitcher and know your fastball is about 68 miles an hour and you're 3-1 on Thurman Munson.
Up to second. Safe. So Billy finally turned him loose. And he's sitting on second. Got a good jump.
That man right there can run with the best of them. He told me yesterday he's going to try to do a little run and show these people out here. Of course, he played out here in Southern California. Show him again what he can do.
Took 2 quick looks at the pitch and the batter.
He did. I was surprised he'd look. Sometimes will rob you of a bit of foot speed if you start looking around. But he made it. 3-2 now on Thurman Munson. And the ball is fouled away back in the crowd. 1 out with Rivers sitting at second base. The way Mike Torres has been pitching is tough enough. If you're anticipating comeback, 6-3 would be a wall. Thurman fouls that one off.
3-2, and a knuckleball is not that easy to throw for a strike. Well, but he's in a position. He's got first base open. There's no way he can give in and throw a fastball here. Not to the hitter that all the Dodgers really think is the best hitter on the Yankee team. He's got to go with a knuckleball.
And he got him.
It was. That's the third time Thurman has struck out tonight. I don't think you'll see that very often. You can see Huss knuckles up on top of that ball, his fingers up on top, and look at that thing dive. Oh, Thurman's way out in front.
Yeager caught it right on his shoe top.
That ball started out about letter high, ended up down on his shoes.
He's retired 8 of the 9 Yankees that he has faced. Now he pitches to Paul Blair. Mickey Rivers, the only man to reach on him, and Mickey is now out of second base, having stolen the base, with 2 out, outside.
That fella's had a couple of big hits in the last 2 games the Yankees have won, hasn't he?
It's come through so unfailingly, you half expect him to do it again.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's foul back in the crowd.
Keith and I saw him play his first Major League game together. It was at Fenway Park, Boston. He went against Bill Monbouquet opening day. Ripped a home run over the left field screen and then a double. Looked like a great young ball player.
Swing and a miss on Kutler. It's 1-2. I remember one time he made one of the all-time great catches at Baltimore, too. He's literally climbed up on top of the wall to haul one down. 1965.
Right. That's the year he broke in.
1-2 to Paul Blair. You notice that Paul has gone well up the bat handle now to shorten his stroke. And it's 2-2. As that pitch was well off the mark. See, he's well up the bat handle.
The beaning took a lot out of Paul. Diminished his abilities. But he's still here. And what a fine year he's had.
Fouled off. Bottom third of the order comes up for the Dodgers. It'll be Steve Yeager, the catcher, then the pitcher, and I'm sure we'll have a pinch hitter. Then we'll go back to the top of the order to Davy Lopes, and Lopes is still to get a base hit in the World Series. Crowd of 55,992 in all-time Dodger Stadium record. Lashes it. Nice. Defensive play
play of the night.
Wow. That's what you call a major league play. That's super. Here's Mickey Rivers down there. What's this? He'll say number 10. One step, boom, line drive. You're out. That's a great play.
Once again, Blair hit the ball and hit it well.
And so, we'll go to the bottom of the ninth inning with the New York Yankees leading the Los Angeles Dodgers 5-3. Back after this message and a word from our local station.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Tomorrow we go back to civilization.
Let's have a last night in the wilderness party.
Yeah, great idea.
I've got just what we need.
So tonight.
Hey! Hold 'em, Brown. You've been hiding that all week.
I was waiting for the right moment.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Well, like the song says, here's to good friends.
Let it be Lowenbrow.
Could Gillette make a razor that does the impossible? Yes. Could it shave closer with even more comfort? Yes. Gillette introduces Atra, the first razor with a pivoting head that safely follows every contour of your face. This Atra face-hugging action keeps the twin blades at the perfect angle. You've never shaved this close with this much comfort.
Impossible.
The new Gillette Atra razor. Yes, it's the impossible shave.
One more look at that fine defensive play at third base by Ron Say. Paul Blair had stung the knuckler on the nose. Say, leaving his feet, gripped it as he rolled to the ground. And so we come to the bottom of the ninth inning with the Yankees leading the Dodgers 5-3. Steve Yeager, then Manny Mota is in the on-deck circle, then the top of the order. Check swing roller to Greg Nettles at third. An excuse me swing, and there's one out.
And Manny Mota comes up. Manny Mota on the record as the second best pinch hitter in history. And I remember the best in history on the record. Forrest Smokey Burton. Do you remember him, Tommy?
Before my time, but I remember watching him on
He's
TV.
a
Sure.
roly-poly little guy, a catcher, with the Reds and then with the Bucks. And he could get out of bed at 3 in the morning, take one swing, and he's it.
Manny Mota's up now, and Mike Torres hits the outside corner with a fastball for strike one. Big Mike just 2 outs away from a complete game and a victory in the World Series. Low, ball one. He has been a dominant figure. He made the one mistake to Dusty Baker. Cost him 3 runs. Other than that, he has been plenty tough. Strike two.
Well, the LA fans don't like it either, do they? They've got one of their heroes up there in Mota.
Strike three. He didn't waste any time with Mota. Pitching strongly, confidently.
Second base.
Mike Torres now will pitch to Davy Lopes.
It's something that happens in the middle of a ball game or during ball games, Keith, between a pitcher and a catcher. They really get on the same wavelength once in a while, and I just have that feeling here tonight that Thurman and Torres have really gotten together. They just work superbly. Torres has understood everything that Thurman wants him to do, and most of the time he's done it.
Right. Well, he's challenging the Dodgers here as Tom Lasorda looks on in the dugout on the third base side, and Billy Martin anxious on the first base side, and it's quickly 2 strikes on Davy Lopes.
Well, his heart is pumping, I can tell you that. That's an excited pitcher on the mound. He wants it. Look at that face. He wants it.
Oh, Thurman thought he had it. Did you see that little jump?
Mike has had the season-high strikeout effort tonight with 8. Got him! Mike Torres goes the distance. And he beats the Dodgers 5-3.
So the Yankees take a 2-1 game lead in the series. The Yankees come out of all of the controversy and all of the storm and all of the emotional chaos of yesterday, and they win a very, very big one. And on top of that, as we pointed out at the very start of the game, coincidence or not, Mickey Rivers came out of it. He got 3 hits. He led off the game with a fluke double down the right field foul line. Quickly, the Yankees sped to 3 runs, and from then on in, Mike Torres took over, the dominant figure. Keith?
5-3, final.
Fried chicken because it gives you a choice.
It's a good idea to have 2 different choices of chicken because half the family may want the crispy style and half may want original.
She gets what she likes and I get what I like.
They can all be satisfied in one place. I'm satisfied.
I like my chicken finger licking good. 2 feet away, people enjoy this chicken. It begins with the aroma.
Super.
Enjoy World Series drama with your official 1977 World Series program, the same one sold at the ballpark. This 80-page program is a sure collector's item with color features on the 4 divisional winners, plus stories on past World Series. Look for the program at select and newsstands, or order your copy by sending check or money order for $2.50 to World Series Program, Box 666, San Francisco, California, 94101. The preceding message was brought to you on behalf of Major League Baseball.
Mike Torres goes 9 innings and beats the Los Angeles Dodgers 5-3. Yankees take a 2-game-to-1 lead in the 1977 World Series. Tommy John, the losing pitcher. Final score, New York Yankees 5, Los Angeles Dodgers 3. Join us tomorrow for a full day of ABC sports action beginning at 12:30 Eastern Time with NCAA college football, Texas and Arkansas. Then game number 4 of the 1977 World Series live at 4 Eastern Time over most of these ABC stations. Travel arrangements made through and promotional fee paid by United Airlines. United built the largest airline in the free world around you. Game 3 of the 1977...
You're right here. As Steve mentioned, the series must go back to New York now unless the Yankees take the next 2, but they are assured of that. They're ahead 2-1, but on top of that, they have Ron Guidry, the best pitcher on the staff, ready for tomorrow, and if there is a 7th game, both he and Torres would be ready. It's up to Billy Martin. As for Torres, what a fine game. 1 pitch away from a shutout. Complete game, and finishes strong, striking out the last 2 batters. And you know what the winning hit was? A ground ball, as it turns out. The Yankees had gone ahead in the first inning with 3 runs. The Dodgers came back in the bottom of the 3rd inning when Torres got in trouble. A couple of base hits, then 2 out, and Dusty Baker was at the plate, the guy who's been hitting a long ball for the Dodgers in the playoffs and the series. High slider, and although they called it immediately, it just made that fence to tie the game up at 3-3. But in the 4th inning, the Yankees went after Tommy John again. Nettles, the leadoff batter. High pitch, bangs it into right center field for a single. Then a key play. Bucky Dent comes up, hits a ground ball to the left of Say, gets a glove on it, but it's not enough. All hands are safe. And Torres, in addition to pitching so well, then bunted the runners along to 2nd and 3rd, and here is the winning hit. Mickey Rivers, a ground ball, always good to chop the ball. That's why he's good in the clutch in addition to his base hits. And that was it. The Yankees got an insurance run from Chambliss, who singled in the next inning to drive in another, and that was it for the remainder of the game. 5-3 Yankees. Now tomorrow, a couple of left-handers. Guidry for the Yankees, Doug Rao will go for the Dodgers. Airtime on WPIX will be at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. I'll be back with more highlights and the rest of the sports news later on.
If there was any one thing that people worried about in this series, it's probably been the Yankee pitching, but it looked pretty good tonight.
Oh, it looked excellent tonight. Notice how the dissension affected the team. Yeah. I mean, it should have been 10-3, right? Right, and speaking of pitching, we got our boy going tomorrow, left-hander Ron Guidry, and Doug Rao will be going for the Dodgers. And of course, the Dodgers really got to come back tomorrow. They're in really deep, deep trouble. Tonight, the Yankees came out swinging in the 1st inning. Important for Rivers to be hitting when the Yankees are scoring a lot of runs. He got 3 hits tonight with a couple of doubles and then knocked in the winning run with a ground ball. And 1st inning, he got it rolling on a high pitch. A little lucky on this one, really didn't get all of it, but it loops down toward the right field line, and that's enough for him to make an easy double off Tommy John. Then Randolph moved him to 3rd with a ground ball. Thurman Munson comes up, gets a pitch on the outside corner, just inside the 1st baseline. That's another double, and the Yankees lead 1-0. Jackson who, like most of the left-handed hitters on the Yankees, have not been hitting, got a curveball and went with it to the opposite field. Base hit scores Munson. Baker tries to show off with one hand again and blows it. Now, this is an important play here because Jackson then moves on to second base, and he is in position to score on a base hit by Lou Piniella. Again, didn't get it solidly, but the ball had eyes. Had it not been for Baker's fumble in left field, might have been a different ball game. Bottom of the third, it's still 3-0 Yankees. 2 men on, and Torres fighting Baker at the plate. Gives him a high slider over the middle. Deep left, Piniella goes back, but it's just over his head. It's a brand new ball game until the 4th inning where the Yankees get going again. Tommy John's still in there. Greg Nettles showing signs of coming out of it. Whacks one to right center field for a single. Then Bucky Dent comes up and hits a slow ground ball to the left of Say. Just gets a glove on it, but can't handle it. Everybody is safe. Torres, a perfect bunt, moves him to second and third. And then Mickey Rivers comes up with 1 out. Always good to chop it on the ground, and that's what he does. That makes it 4-3. Chambliss comes up with a single in the next inning to make it 5-3. And that's the way it ended as Mike Torres struck out the last 2 batters. Now, for the clubhouse, here is the latest. Reggie Jackson met with Billy Martin before the game tonight, and they resolved the dispute for the 68th time. They've only argued 62 times. Nothing adds up in the clubhouse. Now, as for the tickets, in case you missed the story, both Munson and Jackson said they were unhappy with the quality of the tickets they got for their friends and their families. Apparently, some of the wives were in the upper deck instead of the box seats along the railing. Because when you deal with the wives, you know, you got yourself a lion by the tail. A couple of the wives don't know much about baseball. One of them asked for a seat between second and third. How do you deal with this?